I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
This is Big Beef, and you're tuned in to Sit Down Marks with AJ, Dirty Bird, and you know him, Primo. Check it out.
Hey, everybody, it's October, so episode number 31 of the Sit Down Mars podcast. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Dirty Bird. This episode is sponsored by Coastland Apparel, coastlandapparel.com. Use promo code BIRDTV for 15% off your order. Welcome, everybody. Let me get to introducing everyone here on the panel. First of all, the co-host from the land of the rattlesnake, Mr. Team Extreme himself, Primo. What is going on, brother?
You know, not a whole lot. Just living that Primo life at 177 days as your sit-down Marks champion.
Just doing champion stuff.
Just doing champion stuff on this 31st episode. Welcome back.
And the other co-host, he don't look too happy right now because I've got Billy Gunn on screen for him today. Straight out of your mama's kitchen, assistant editor and producer. What's up, AJ?
No, I'm not talking.
Oh, you're gonna be boo-boo faced all day, huh?
I didn't know that you were gonna put that on there. And I was like, you fuck.
Yeah, so we're live on
Looks like
Twitch
he's
right now
pumping
is
the
where
Halloween
we
Havoc.
record, and I got the screen all decorated up with some Halloween Havoc logo. We're covering Halloween Havoc 1994 tonight, so I got the wrestling poster up right now. Also, right next to AJ is a lovely little icon of Mr. Ass himself.
He's almost humping my face, like if I were to move my head like closer, look, he's almost humping my ear.
He's an ass man.
I fucking hate him so much. Really quick, did you guys happen to catch Dark where he yells at his son completely? That was awesome.
I read about it.
Yeah,
all the guns are useless.
Yep. All the father-son trios are breaking up right in front of our eyes. The Mysterios, the guns. Maybe, who knows what's going to happen. Let me thank our sponsors, though. As you heard me say, Coastland Apparel. Use promo code BIRDTV for 15% off your order. Everyone listening right now on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Prime Music, Audible, SportzWire, online radio, Fridays at 6:45, right before the Thomas Bryce Show and throughout the week. Hey, man, if you like the pod, please tell a friend and leave us a great 5-star review on whatever platform you listening to. I'm going to kick off the show here in a different way, man. I got a new thing called the Pop of the Pod. Just a little music to get you ready for the pod, man. Let's roll. You guys hype now or what, man? Primo, get us going, man. Wrestling history and birthdays today.
Another one of the dope theme songs out there.
Absolutely.
All right. This day in wrestling history, October 6th.
Whose game is it?
Primo's game, baby. 177 days.
That's right.
The reigning, defending,
Survivor Series
champion
is the next time Primo's going to have to put up the title here, so it's coming up.
Still a month away.
At that point, I will be well over 200 days as champion.
So many days as champion. Look at me go with my championship.
One day you can grow up to be like me.
No, I can't.
We can only hope.
This day in wrestling history, October 6th edition. That's today for all you marks out there. 1997. WWF Bad Blood.
Oh,
The show featured the first ever Hell in a Cell match, the debut of Kane, It's Kane!
It's Kane!
Say, it must be Kane!
Bruce Pritchard's baby.
And
It's
the
Kane!
final pay-per-view
My God!
of Vince
It's the
McMahon
mayor!
as WWF's lead commentator.
It's Kane!
How about that?
How about that?
1999.
1999.
WWF Smackity Down.
You guys know I got my first lap dance to a Prince song?
Was it Purple Rain? That would be a
Sorry.
terrible song.
Wrong podcast. No, When Doves Cry, actually. Move on.
What kind of stripper song is
1999 song it's got me thinking about Prince.
that?
That always reminds me of.
That's going to make me cry. Jesus Christ. WWF SmackDown. Thank you. Thank you for that image.
Nope, never mind.
I would play a Prince song, but you get in trouble doing that. Nope.
No, some sort of copyright.
Wedding
infringement.
Crashers. Darren Drozdoff, otherwise known as Droz, is injured in a botched powerbomb in a match with D'Lo Brown.
Oh, that was
Fucking D'Lo.
How long ago was that?
99. 22 years ago. For the maths. Okay. 2005, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Brock Lesnar defeated Kazuyuki Fujita and Masahiro Chono in a three-way match to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Which is kind of weird because he had just left in 2004. 2006, Impact taping at Universal Orlando Studios. Kurt Angle makes his TNA debut. Angle appeared after Samoa Joe refused to return the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt under threat of termination. Angle and Joe had a stare down, after which Angle headbutted Joe, busting him open. Kurt celebrated with the belt until a bloodied Samoa Joe rose to his feet and gave Kurt an enziguri. Joe and Angle would throw hands, but during the fisticuffs, Jeff Jarrett took his belt back. After security removed Joe from the ring, Kurt Angle told the crowd that he wasn't fired from the WWE. He quit. He also said he was back and Vince McMahon could kiss his Olympic ass.
Nice. Ooh. That whole thing was awesome, minus the Jeff Jarrett.
Yep.
2014, Lucha Underground.
Lucha.
Prince Puma, otherwise known as Ricochet, defeated Johnny Mundo, otherwise known as Johnny Tripper.
A lot of names. Otherwise known as a lot of names.
Defeated Johnny Mundo to become the first Lucha Underground champion.
Nice.
Prince Puma. What a stupid name.
It worked, though, back then for the gimmick.
It totally worked.
Absolutely it did.
Wrestling birthdays, October 6th, 2011. Now, this one's not actually October.
Why?
What? That was a slip of the finger. My bad. Yeah, I guess it got over.
Leave it in.
You have a smelly finger?
Old stink finger.
So, 2011.
Strikes again.
10 years ago.
Huh.
Actually, it's not October 6th. It's October 11th. Somebody very special to me. None other than little Primo, my firstborn. His birthday. He turns 10 years old on Monday.
Oh,
happy birthday, Tiny Primo.
Nice. Let's play some Randy Savage for him.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, little Primo.
Little Primo's birthday. For a second, Primo, I thought you were going to talk about a 10-year-old wrestler. I'm very confused.
Brody Lee Jr.
I started thinking about Braun Strowman's tag partner. Like, who's the youngest? Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Moving on to actual wrestlers. 1984.
Was that one a slip of the stink finger?
Hacksaw.
1984. Alpha Jr., otherwise known as Manu.
Manu.
Nice.
1964. Dixie Carter.
Dixie.
She's a little older than I thought she was. 1959. We actually talked about him last week. Barry Darsow, otherwise known as Smash or Crusher Khrushchev.
Crusher Khrushchev, yes.
The worst member of Demolition.
I'm validated.
And
wait. Let's talk about it. You think Axe was better?
Fuck yeah, Axe was better. He was a Repo Man.
Axe.
No, wait, no. Barry Darsow was. No, we talked about.
Repo Man was Guardian Angel.
That's right.
Big Boss Man, Ray Trailer.
No, Barry Darsow was Repo Man.
Barry Darsow was Repo. You're right. Okay, yeah.
He was the best member of Demolition. Fucking what's his name was the word?
Best member of Demolition. Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say Smash was better than Axe. I think
Axe was the one in No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan and Zeus. Tiny Zeus Lister. Everyone go watch it. It's a classic.
What's that smell?
That gives me a license to kill, Bobby Lashley.
Greatest wrestling movie ever.
All right.
One of them.
So
I watched 2 wrestling movies this week. Sorry, Primo. Continue, champ. You fuck.
Yeah, feck.
Yeah, silly feck. Why?
I'm on fire today. I'm on fire.
And finally, the last birthday of our October 6th edition is 1935 wrestling legend Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, nice.
Longest reigning champ of all time.
The today's pod has a promo school from Razor Ramon, and the rebuttal from Razor is from about something Bruno Sammartino says about him. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, wrestling wouldn't be where it is without Bruno, man. He's another one of those pillar guys. I mean, he was champion for God.
Like 5 years or something?
It's way longer than that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a long time.
Might be 7.
I have to look it up. AJ, talk to me,
30.
man. What kind of wrestling's going on in the headlines?
Whose game is it, baby? It's
Bruno's game, baby.
Whose game is it? It's AJ's game.
See, I'm trying. Oh, by the way, yesterday, was the anniversary, the 21st? Nope, not a word.
Nope.
24th anniversary of Brian Pillman's death, October 5th.
It was the same day as Bad Blood. I didn't put that in there.
Well, I decided to bring things to a more morbid
You didn't put that in there, but you put in Draz's?
Yeah, Draz's.
He didn't die. He became a quadriplegic.
No, but,
Why are we laughing at that?
We're not.
It's not funny.
We're not. I'm just saying what validates one and not the other is all I'm asking.
This is Levi Cooper.
Hey, this is Buck Nasty, Bucky Collins.
This is Big Beef.
What's up, bozos? This is Trevor Outlaw, and you're listening.
And you're listening
to the Sit Down Marks.
Sit Down Marks.
Sit Down Marks.
And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast with DB, Primo, and AJ.
Adam Scher, is that how you say his name? Scher, a.k.a. Braun Strowman, did a Twitter AMA recently. And he said that his future will be clear soon. He didn't say that. That's paraphrased. But he basically said, pretty soon he'll end up where he ends up. Also, related to that, Impact is reported to be highly interested in signing Braun Strowman. So, maybe we'll see Braun Strowman in Impact shortly.
I mean, we did say collectively that would kind of be a place for him to
A place for him to go. Yes.
Yeah, other than AEW. So,
Good.
We'll, yeah.
Also, he just wrestled EC3.
He did just wrestle EC3. EC3 had some fun things to say about.
Who went over? Anybody know?
Braun, I think.
Braun did.
Speaking of Twitter, Johnny Gargano. Speaking of cryptic tweets about your future.
Oh boy.
Johnny Gargano took all references to WWE and NXT off of his Twitter profile. Now it just says pro wrestler.
Yeah, he took away the bio and just says pro wrestler. That's
which is strictly verboten and Vince language. Not supposed to say pro wrestler. That's not allowed. So cryptic.
Oh boy, what's going on? What's going on this time?
It's cryptic. Tweets about futures.
What it is.
Also, Chris Jericho had an interview with Reinvented, and he believes that Will Ospreay will one day end up in AEW, which would make just wrestling boners pop all over the place.
Yes, it would.
There just would be like, if that happened, just a bunch of nerds with their boners just being like, bing, bing.
I mean, it's inevitable, right? I mean, it's kind of.
We are those nerds.
Yes, this is true. I say that as one of them.
He said that he reached out to him when AEW first started, and at the time, Will Ospreay didn't say no, but he was busy, kind of.
Yeah, he's still a bit busy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Right.
One more thing.
Okay.
Okay, two things actually. I watched a couple of wrestling related movies over the week.
What was your selection? I'm curious.
First, we'll do first. We had The Girl on the Third Floor, because that stars none other than Phil Brooks, aka CM Punk.
Yeah.
And it was not a good movie. It just wasn't. It was pretty bad. Like,
pretty not good, huh?
I mean, it was okay. It kept me entertained, but like the whole thing was like CM Punk acting by himself. Like for like a majority of the movie, it's just him, and then he'll have like a 10-minute conversation or like a 10-second conversation with like the pastor next door, and then he'll have like a 10-second conversation with his ghost girl. Okay, spoiler, it's a ghost girl, not a real girl.
Spoil it for anybody.
But watching CM Punk be an actor watching Phil Brooks be an actor was pretty entertaining. So I don't really recommend it, but it's fine. Also, I watched Escape the Undertaker, which premiered yesterday.
No.
I did watch it. I only went through once because it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. Okay. So it was so stupid.
It's got alternate endings.
Yes,
okay.
And it has like diverging paths and stuff.
Okay,
it's so dumb. Like, first of all, the Undertaker has like a magic garage. I bet you didn't know that. He also does blacksmithing in his basement. He's a blacksmith too. So he's not just an Undertaker, also a blacksmith. But I do recommend this one because it was stupid fun. The New Day are hilarious. I mean, it's marketed for kids, obviously, but I marked out about it. I'm actually going to go back into.
You will rest in peace.
He doesn't say that. He might say that. I only did one of the paths.
Blacksmith Taker says, "You will take this horseshoe off." Wait a minute. That's not a blacksmith.
No, that's a.
What is that? What's
a livery? No, not a livery.
What's the horseshoe people? You take the horses off their feet. Horseshoe. A shoe
before they go to the glue factory.
A shoe.
Call back.
Oh, that last week when you said it had me dying. By the way,
the glue factory.
Yeah.
Anyways, go watch the movie. It's fun. I'm gonna go through and watch the other paths because there's like 20 more minutes of footage in there, and you can tell that all four of them are just having a blast doing it. It's so stupid, it's silly, but it's fun. That's what I have for news headlines, so on and so forth.
All right, it's time for the fan shout-out here from the Sit Down Marks. All you got to do is DM us on Twitter at Sit Down Marks and let us know where and when you listen to the podcast, and we will shout you out on the pod. Today's shout-out goes to Zamir Zareel, who is a aspiring professional wrestler who reached out to it and said he enjoys and loves the podcast. So thank you so much for checking out the podcast. And sooner or later, hopefully we'll get you on here and talk to you about your career. So thank you, Zamir, for reaching out to us. Thank you for listening to the podcast. But welcome, everybody, to the show here today. As I said, as usual, I am your heel host, Dirty Bird. Let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today, boys. The week in wrestling. We got Squared Circle Questions is back.
Fuck yeah.
And we also have a awesome little 1 minute long Razor Ramon promo here today. He is on Shawn Michaels actually. So
from the Bad Mang.
Should
I love
be,
how he says man.
Yeah, he does. Mang. So, and then more to talk about here as we roll through. But first of all, I want to let everybody know that all our previous episodes are now available on audio podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, Amazon Prime Music, Audible, SportzWire Online Radio, Fridays at 6:45. Primo, we got merch, man. T-shirts, coffee mugs. Tell the peeps where they can get this stuff.
Yeah, like you said, we got T-shirts, coffee mugs, tapestries, masks, baby clothes, long sleeves, short sleeves, baseball sleeves, all of them at tpublic.com/stores/sit-down-marks.
All right, it's time to get to the week in wrestling here before we get started with AEW Dynamite.
You know what's all
How catchy is this tune right now, man? It is such a hot song right now.
It's so good.
It really is, man. It really is.
I was hoping that I was going to stop laughing during the song, but nope. Why did you say baby clothes like that?
I was wondering what got you about that.
Baby clothes.
Baby clothes, baby. I got to put them baby clothes on.
Yeah, I can dream, baby.
I'm going to tell you something, brother.
Get your baby clothes.
You know that is, baby.
If you will.
All right, take two, AJ. You ready?
I'm good.
All right, it's time for AJ's AEW Dynamite review from last Wednesday. Let's get this thing rolling, man. We were live from Rochester, New York, the home of Brody Lee. So this was a big one, man.
It was an emotional show for the most part. There was some nonsense on there, but there always is.
I love how they get they've been getting to the big matches lately that'll
happen again. That's like their thing, I guess. And they're kind of making main events like secondary. I kind of love it.
Yeah, I think they're like, why wait? You know,
why fuck around?
It gets you glued in right off the bat. You're not, kind of still settling in. You're already glued in because, it comes on and they're ringing the bell, man. I mean, we've had, we had Daniel Bryan, Omega last week. This week we had
Bryan Danielson.
Gosh, darn it, man. I'm sorry. It's going to take a while to get past that. So.
I still write Daniel Bryan in my notes.
All right, here we go.
Okay, in Rochester, New York, kick off the show with Jungle Boy and Adam Cole, baby. Where'd Primo go? He didn't do the Adam Cole, baby thing.
Whoa. I'm gonna do it.
It's a good advertisement because I bought Listerine because I was like, oh wait, I need Listerine after I watched that.
Yep.
Even though that hasn't been on a Listerine commercial in like 15 years. It's irrelevant. It's fine. Anyways, they kick off the show with CM Punk on commentary. What'd you think of CM Punk on commentary? I kind of think he's awesome.
I like it as long as it's not going to be happening all the time. But like you can tell they're using it for him to drop tidbits to kind of start, feuds. Somebody's going to get pissed of his opinion, and then boom, we're going to have a feud.
And
right?
be a bit pissy about it.
Yeah.
I like it. I just like CM Punk on TV all the time.
Sure.
So at the start of this match, Jungle Boy, he kind of out-wrestled Adam Cole a little bit, which is a bit surprising. Jungle Boy just keeps getting better and better. Like he's one of the reasons why, you tune in to watch now. Before it's like, CM Punk and Darby Allin and Sting. And now Jungle Boy is creeping up there. I'm like, I can't wait to see a Jungle Boy match.
Yeah.
So Adam Cole gets back in it with a bunch of suplexes and whatnot. Jungle Boy hits this fantastic Hurricane Rana like over the top rope, which is a super fucking cool move. And then what else happens? Adam Cole gets he hits a Panama Surprise, doesn't get the 3, but then he hits a sneaky low blow.
Sunrise. Panama Sunrise.
Yes, what did I say? Panama
You
Canal?
said Panama
Surprise!
Said Panama Surprise.
Panama Surprise!
Yeah.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Panama
I was
Surprise. What I loved
dare
about
you
this one
question me?
was, well, you corrected my Bryan Danielson, so I was just.
Why can't we ever call things by the things?
I know it's our thing not to call it.
I know. We have different names for everything.
So, but what I loved about this match though was Cole's facials with Aubrey after the 2 counts on the pinball sunrise. You know, like she's, you know, like they show him, right? And then it pans over and she's right in his face, you know, and they're going out. He's like, you know, and they're going back and forth. This was great, man. Like Aubrey is awesome. I love her, man.
She's my favorite ref so cool. On there.
I love the interaction. It's just enough.
It is. Adam Cole hits Jungle Boy right in the old.
You know what's all about the
jungle bits.
Jungle bits.
That's testicles. Hits him in them
testicles.
Testicles.
In the little dingleberries.
Yes, in the
dingleberries.
Twig and berries.
Balls.
Vince's grapefruits.
I'm done.
You're done now?
I'm done. Yeah.
Right in the old giblets. And then hits Le Boom for the win after the low blow. So, afterwards, which the match was awesome, by the way. It was just, you know, 2 great performers performing greatly. Yeah. How's that for some fucking commentary? After that, the Elite comes out to celebrate with
the Elite. The Elite. Oh, you don't have to wait on me, but I appreciate it. Hey, wait. All right. Let it out.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Why did you have that one queued up?
I felt like I needed Batista right at that point.
I walk alone.
Some people
pit of danger.
Right. Some people need air and oxygen. Some people need Jesus. AJ, you need Batista.
Batista, yes, and that primal like scream kind of.
You were.
I don't know what that was. So, anyways,
Billy Gunn being on the screen.
No, I still. Why'd you remind me? Hold on.
You didn't even look at him. Yeah, put like a sticker over your computer so you don't see Billy.
I almost put a magnet on my screen. If you do this,
it's like he's holding your head in his hands.
You know, I don't understand why you guys do the things you do. So after
crashing down, it hurts inside.
God damn it. Just God damn it. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Oh, after the match. What happens after the match? Elite run in, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy and all the baby faces run in. Run in. So then they set up matches for things on Rampage. AKA Brian Daniels challenges Omega. Omega was like, no, I'm not going to fight. Omega's so awesome. And then Nick Jackson steps up. So the match on Rampage is going to be
Big Nick Energy.
Yes, Big Nick Energy.
I love that sign. That was
yeah.
Did y'all see that one? I think it was on Rampage actually, but
it was yes. Great. But I did see it and I liked it.
Big
so
Nick
yeah,
Energy.
that set up that match for Rampage. Brian Danielson versus Nick Jackson.
So
yes.
So Omega basically says that you took me to my limit, but you won't ever get the chance to do that again.
Yep.
And basically, so now Brian Danielson is going, hi, little dog. So, but now Brian Danielson is going to go through the Elite.
Brian Danielson.
That's what I said the first time, right?
I don't know.
Brian Danielson.
I don't know. I just like fucking whispering into the mic for some reason.
Okay.
Your mic.
Would it hurt my computer screen if I put a magnet over fucking Billy Gunn?
Yes, a magnet would fuck up your screen.
I mean, it might be worth it. So up next, we have Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson versus Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. Holy hell, this crowd did not want anything to do with Cody Rhodes.
I mean,
man, he's go away heat, huh?
Yeah, not just heel heat, like fuck off heat. It was amazing.
What? Real quick though, why? I mean, we talked about it briefly last pod. You know, is it because he said he was going to leave? Now
I think so.
He did this whole leave thing, and now he's back. But but he's just basically putting over Alistair, and but yeah, it seems like the fans, quotation marks in the air with my fingers, want him to go to a backstage role. Seems like so.
Which I think I don't see why he's not doing it. It's because, like we talked about last week, he's had his hands and face all over everything, and now he shouldn't be in that kind of role. Like, he should just be backstage, and I think the fans are replying or reacting to that exact sentiment.
Yeah.
See, that is what's going on. However, I disagree with the fans. I happen to like some Cody Rhodes.
I do too.
And he's a great talent, and I like watching him wrestle. So
I do too. I'd be okay with him being heel, though. Like, he was never really the best face, anyways.
Well, he's not going to be a heel now. Not right now. He's too busy with the Glock to his face.
Be interested to see what happens.
So really, this match was an angle. Like, Lee Johnson hits the what's the thing called? The Fisherman Buster for the win. But afterwards, Arn Anderson has just the best line ever.
Yes.
They're like, Arn Anderson's like all pissy.
Became re-legendary.
Oh,
what's so different? Awesome. Just between you and me and you, Cody.
He was like, I'm Arn Anderson, and all that implies. I'll be damned if I coach a loser.
Yeah.
Between me and you.
The fact that he says I'm Arn Anderson and all that implies, that's just so badass to me. He's like, I'm a fucking legend.
He has bodies in his past.
Yes. And it's funny that they did this little angle right now. So it was essentially the breakup of Cody Rhodes and Arn Anderson, where we'll get to Halloween Havoc later, and that might play in again. So yeah, that was cool. I love Arn Anderson. He's awesome.
This was one of my favorite moments of the whole week.
Yep, mine too. It was so awesome.
That right there blew up the internet. Like, Arn just reinvented himself.
Just Arn being Arn.
They're like, just in case you forgot who Double A was.
Yes, right. Here's a reminder.
One of the best guys ever on the mic.
Uh-huh.
Good shit.
I'm so glad that never mind, we'll get to that later. Up next, Moxley Kingston Darby versus Bear Country. My new favorite tag team.
Bear Country.
Bear Country. I don't even know who won this match. It's just Bear Country. I want a t-shirt. Someone send me Bear Country slippers or something. I don't know. I want something. That's the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever seen. Bear Country. Oh, man. It's amazing. So I'm just going to move on after that. I think the babyfaces got the win. I think Moxley got the pin or something. And I don't even know who Bear Country was with. It was just Bear Country. That's all I could see the entire time.
Bear Country.
Bear Country. Bear. Wow.
Yeah.
Up next, Dark Order versus
Bear
HFO.
Dark Order.
So this was...
Join the Dark Order.
All of this was just a pay tribute to Brody Lee, basically. Which it was a super entertaining match. Dark Order, they threatened a little bit of turmoil at the beginning, and then they got together. And they get the win. And then afterwards, Preston Vance brings Brody Lee Jr. into the ring, and celebrating with him on his shoulder, and it was just awesome. It was a nice moment that should have.
It was.
I mean, obviously they were going to do something like that in Brody Lee's hometown. So that was very, very cool. Brody Lee Jr. he's going to be a bruiser when he gets older. Jesus Christ. Up next, TJ versus the Bunny and Penelope Ford. I love me some Tay Conte.
I love me
that
some
out there.
Penelope. I'm going to throw that in there.
Yeah. They're going to fight one of these days, so we'll actually have a winner. That'll be fun.
They're going to fight.
Babyfaces get the win in a pretty decent match. I just love Tay Conti. She's awesome. And then, oh my God, MJF promo. How does he keep doing this? I don't understand how holy shit. He's going to get murdered.
He pushes so many boundaries, man. It's great.
Like he's so good that he's gonna have to get like security escorts out of stadiums pretty soon because he is just a dick. Oh my god.
I love it. I love that they're letting him push the boundaries.
Yeah.
And
he's killing it too.
Everybody that he's working with, it's great.
He's fantastic. And so this whole promo, he starts a feud with Darby Allin, and he brings up Darby Allin's dead uncle. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I love this feud. I want this feud.
It's like he goes up to him, okay, Darby, or whoever he's wrestling, what's the worst thing about you?
Yes. And I bet he's like,
him, okay, now I'm going to take that and I'm going to multiply it and by 20. And
yes. Take that.
He's like, what made you cry as a child?
Yes. What traumatized you? Because I'm going to tell that to millions of people.
Yeah.
And make fun of you for it. So MJF is so good. He's the best heel working right now. So up next, we have the main event, Sammy Guevara versus Miro for the TNT Championship.
God's favorite champion.
The Redeemer. So Miro dominates most of this match, just overpowering Sammy.
God.
The Spanish. I don't like that nickname. I don't think he's earned that yet. He's like 23. Get out of here. Dude claims as being
I like Sammy Guevara.
I do too, but I don't like the name Spanish God. So during the match, Miro takes off the turnbuckle pad because it helped him in his previous match. But then stupid Fuego del Sol comes in and
Fuego del Sol
is like, I'm Fuego del Sol. That's a terrible impression of Fuego del Sol.
You shoved keys in my mouth last week.
I still taste keys.
I miss my car.
I have my car though.
So then Miro just boots him, and
that
provides a distraction for Sammy to send Miro into the exposed turnbuckle, and then he hits the 630 senton for the win. New TNT champion Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
This is wrestling.
So he's the fourth champion?
Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin, Miro, and Sammy Guevara. So fourth.
No Brody.
Was Lance Archer never, was he never won?
No, Lance Archer never was.
Brody was.
Oh, yeah, Brody. So he's the fifth.
So he's the fifth. Okay. I just wonder where we are already with that. So
that's a pretty good lineage so far for this.
That's pretty
title.
Good. Yeah, putting it on a face now. For a while, Miro can go on to bigger things, possibly. Interesting. What do you guys think about them signing Leo Rush?
He's just going to retire again in 3 weeks.
Man,
so that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is that like his gimmick?
They sign him
he
and then he
retires.
retires.
All right. Let's get to Impact Wrestling and the Indies from last week. Let's get to the Indies first. Excuse me, the Indies of what's going on coming up this weekend and beyond. AAW in Chicago. Hell Hath No Fury is going to be held in Berwyn, Illinois. That one's coming up tomorrow night, guys. If you guys have Vice TV, MLW is running. Major League Wrestling is running a Fightland is what it's called. I had to remember what it's called. Anyway, the headliner is supposed to be Fatu versus Hammerstone. So that should be pretty interesting.
Really quick, did you guys see that MLW tried to sign Bo Dallas, and Bo Dallas is like, "No, I'm good on my farm with my hot wife. Like, I'm just gonna hang out."
Oh, really?
Here. Yeah. Like they reached out to him. He was like, "No,
you don't want us to."
No, I'm good.
Nope, you don't want none. You don't want none.
I didn't hear that.
I love Bo
So
Dallas.
MLW tomorrow night. St. Louis Anarchy is October 22nd in a couple weeks. Me and AJ will be back down there at Granite City, Illinois, watching that show. October 15th, Paradigm Pro Wrestling in Louisville is going to be having their 4th anniversary show. So I think it's actually in Jeffersonville, right outside of Louisville. So that one's coming up. PWX, October 23rd. Next Level is the name of the card in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I haven't seen any talent announcement yet. But probably the big one this weekend, guys. Moxley, Nick Gage, Atlantic City, New Jersey, GCW. It's going on this Saturday night. Should be pretty sick, Primo. I mean, those guys. I'm gonna have to try to watch this one. This is gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to it. So that one is this weekend. Defy Wrestling is this weekend as well. I believe it's Saturday night. Defy Wrestling is in Portland, Oregon. Eddie Kingston and Brody King are listed as being on the card. So that is what's coming up in the next little vicinity of wrestling in the Midwest and East Coast a little bit.
East Coast also, we have Maryland Championship Wrestling coming up. Autumn Armageddon. That's going to be on October 16th. That has Mickey James and Big LG, Doc Gallows, Tennille Dashwood, Chelsea Green, and then a bunch of others. And then also they have the one I was thinking about going to, which is their Halloween event. And that's October 29th, I believe.
Nice. You going to hit them?
I might just hit them up, show them, have the marks make a presence.
That's right. Spread the good word. Spread the good word of the podcast. So that is it for the indies, I believe there. So let me move on to Impact from last week here before we get to some WWE Impact Wrestling. The opener was the debut of Alex Zane. He wrestled versus Trey Miguel and Laredo Kid. Now, this was a very hot match. It kind of reminded me of the Cruiserweight days. You remember Cruiserweights always led off Nitro?
Right.
And it kind of was always a hot opener. Well, it kind of seemed like that was what they were going for because Zane, Miguel, and Laredo Kid, those three, they have signature moves, but they're very flippy, can do a lot of entertaining stuff. So, it was a fast-paced match. Trey ends up winning, and it looks like he might be the new push for the X Division title. Kind of seems like that might be what's going on here. So we get to, as we just heard about Sami Callihan's injury a while back. So we're getting caught up to the storyline here. So Sami is on the show, getting taken to the hospital. The angle is that Morrissey and Moose jumped him, so
okay.
So that's how he's going to be taken off of TV for a while. He ended up breaking his leg, I believe, on a clean break. So best wishes to Sami. Can't wait to see you back soon, man. Everybody knows me and knows I'm a big Sami fan, so hate to see that happen to him. So I never did see where it happened at, but I mean, not that it matters, but anyway, moving on to the card. Another funny little spot here. Speaking of Mickey James, Primo, I don't know if you've seen this, but she was out on her horse farm. She was in one of the stalls raking us a little bit of hay.
Hardcore country.
That's right. Raking a little bit of hay, and Deanna decides to slide in on her and sneak in from behind and, try to open up a little can of ass whip, if you will.
A little.
I'm open a can of the ass whip.
A can of the ass whip.
Can of the ass whip. So it was kind of a cheesy segment. They fought, rolled around everywhere, all over the place. Deanna ends up leaving her laying towards the end, so that goes off. Next up, Madman Fulton versus the returning Fallen Angel, Chris Daniels. So, of course, Daniels going to win by the BME. And if you don't know Chris Daniels, the BME, the best moonsault ever.
It is a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. A little retro Chris. He's back with the black contact in one of his eyes.
There we go. Real Fallen Angel.
Yeah. So he's turning back the clock. So he wins that match. Next up is Violent by Design, VBD, out to ask Rhino if he is with them or if he's not against him. And then,
I saw this.
Yeah, so then we got a return of none other than the rock and roll baby himself, Heath Slater.
Slater Gator, baby. He's got kids.
Slater Gator's got kids. He's back with a big return. He clears out Violent by design, has his arms open to hugging Rhino because they had a nice little fun segment going there.
Besties.
Yeah, besties. But Rhino leaves. So
Rhino says, I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Yeah, not quite sure about it. So, all right. So then the scratching my head portion of the night is you'll probably find this interesting, Primo. Impact Wrestling is about to introduce a new title.
I was hoping you were going to talk about this.
Yeah, and it's going to be called the Digital Media Championship.
Dumbest name ever.
Stupidest name ever, dumbest name ever. I don't get it. I don't quite understand.
What's the concept? So what's the concept behind it? Like what?
Well, they basically, they said basically like, they're going to have a tournament. It's going to be more to come, but it sounds like it's going to be more of maybe a title like the fans vote on when and who they defend it against. So
okay.
I guess maybe like a virtual title, if you will, that they are the virtual GM of, kind of, I think is the direction. I don't know. I don't know if they know really yet, but it seems like they're trying to get that. They got the X Division title, but they're kind of trying.
Looks like they're trying to be progressive.
Yeah.
With a little, trying to advance the times a little bit with the digital media, social media aspect of it. It's a dumb name. The title itself looks okay. It looks like a computer chip, like circuitry.
Sure. Yeah.
The Impact. I think the actual Impact title itself needs a revamp, but that's just me. But yeah, no, the Digital Media Championship. We'll see where it goes. Matt Cardona.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like an internet championship, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like it kind of gets that vibe. So anyway, we'll see what ends up happening with that. So we get to the main event. Eddie Edwards versus Morrissey. More carnage, more table spots. Moose comes out to help beat up Eddie. Alicia comes out to help Alicia, Eddie's wife, comes out to help Eddie, but she can't really do anything. So Sammy's out hurt, so they're kind of playing of who's gonna help. Anyway, so the show goes off with them continuing to beat him up there. So a lot of beating up going on between Morrissey and Moose. They're kind of wrecking shop on everybody right now. So, but hey, Morrissey though. Man, dude's in great shape.
He's jacked.
It sounds like he's doing really well at Impact, and they're kind of investing. Looks like they're investing some into it. Yeah, he's definitely jacked. So, but so that is Impact from last Thursday. Primo, if you want to get us kicked off, SmackDown last Friday. We'll go over that. We were in Baltimore, Maryland.
We sure were. I almost went.
Yeah, it's not far from you.
No, it's 2 hours. Not even 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half. I almost went. Last second, I almost bought tickets and went, and then I just chose not to. Here's the way I'm going to do WWE, by the way. I'm going to read the recaps, and then I will read the entire draft results separately.
Okay, cool. Sounds great.
So, SmackDown recap. After the first round of the draft, the tribal chief comes out to be acknowledged. As the back of the shirt says, "We are the ones, and I'm number one."
I love when he comes out, tells the crowd to acknowledge.
So him. Baltimore,
yes,
acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me, man. That's good stuff, man. I love it.
Paul says Roman will smash Brock at Crown Jewel. Brock Lesnar arrives. He walks in the ring and gets right in the tribal chief's face. Roman strikes first with no fear, but Brock is able to land a pair of German suplexes.
This is good stuff, man. I think I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah.
This might go.
As long as Roman goes over. Brock then FIs both of the Usos as the head of the table, intelligently retreats. Later on the night, Brock Lesnar. This is funny, actually. Jeff Hardy was given an interview backstage, And real quick, Brock Lesnar comes in and very politely interrupts at the interview asking, "Are we live right now?" Then he gives a public service announcement. Says, because of Paul Heyman, or thanks to Paul Heyman, Brock is a free agent. And he says, I can do whatever I want and go wherever I want. So now...
He didn't do that already.
Right. And so now they pan over to Roman Reigns' locker room, and he begins to grill Paul Heyman. Roman questions Paul's negotiating skills because at this point in the show, the Usos' names still haven't been called in the draft. So Roman says, "You're going to Raw on Monday to ensure that they get drafted." And then after Paul leaves, Roman tells his cousins, he said, "Go with them." And if it doesn't get you drafted to SmackDown, leave him for dead on Raw.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So next up, we have Happy Corbin coming out with Madcap Moss.
Madcap Moss. Not Riddick.
Yeah, not Riddick. Madcap Moss. So, Happy
boy.
Corbin defeats Kevin Owens with the help of Madcap Moss. After that,
oh my guy.
Yeah, KO. It was KO doppelganger birthday last week, and he's getting beat up.
I know it. Still look good.
Next segment was probably my favorite segment. Also, like between the Arn and these two best things that happened this week. So Edge comes out for the first time since getting stomped by Rollins. He says he's on the way to 100%, and he needs to answer the challenge. He tells Rollins to get out to the ring and extract the words himself. Rollins comes over the Titantron. Do they still call it Titantron? That's what I call it, Titantron.
I think they still do. Video
Rollins,
board.
Yeah. The large screen, the giant LCD in the sky. Rollins comes over the Titantron saying he's impressed that Edge actually showed up. But he says there's one small problem. He says that Edge isn't saying the things that Rollins needs Edge to say.
Right.
He also didn't believe that Edge would actually be there tonight, so Rollins is actually at the Copeland estate.
Ooh.
I like that how they pan out and it says
Copeland.
Yeah.
Adam Copeland.
Rollins. Edge immediately sprints out of the ring as Rollins enters the home of Edge and Beth Phoenix. Rollins props his feet up on the table and drinks the OJ straight out of the bottle as he also begins to eat an apple and admires Edge's daughter's artwork, Lyric and Ruby, their artwork. He finally goes back to close the fridge.
Welcome back, AJ.
Hey guys, how's it going? Goddamn right.
Because this whole time when he was drinking the OJ out of the bottle and his feet propped up on the dining table, he had left the fridge open. And I was sitting here thinking, how rude. Of all the things, you're wasting electricity.
Like that's what got you the most about that breaking.
And so then he goes and closes the fridge, and Pat McAfee must have been on the same wavelength because he said, yeah, let's save electricity at least on the way out of this B&E that we're all witnessing.
Pat constantly getting himself over, man.
Yeah, I love that. Rollins says, we could stay there all night. Then they pan to backstage as a distraught Edge is on the phone with Beth Phoenix, urging her not to go home, saying Dave and Daniel are on their way over there. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do y'all know who that is?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you know who that is, Dirty?
Dave and Daniel?
Dave and Daniel.
Are his good buddies, FTR.
Oh.
He referenced FTR on SmackDown.
He sure did.
I did not pick that up.
That's their real names, yeah.
I freaked out when he said that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, fuck yeah.
He got close with them. They also lived close to where he lives. He got close to them when he was training to get back in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You think Vince will like that?
No.
I mean, does it matter? What's he going to do to a Hall of Famer?
I know, it's Edge. Like, fire! I dare Vince to fire Edge. That would be fun.
He ain't doing that.
No.
So, in our main event, we have the WrestleMania rematch between Bianca and Sasha. Sasha wins.
I'm on my own against the wall.
It's boss time.
I like this. This was good.
Sasha wins with interference by Becky.
Of course.
Immediately, the Raw Women's Champ makes her presence felt by taking out both Sasha and Becky. Sasha and Bianca.
Yeah.
Before posing in the center of the ring as SmackDown goes off the air. Now, also, side note, this coming Friday begins the King of the Ring tournament, as well as the Queen's Crown tournament.
Queen's Crown, that's new.
Charlotte has to win that.
How can she not win that?
How can she not?
No, I think actually, I feel like I'll give you my prediction. You ready?
Nia Jax.
Shayna Baszler.
I was going to say Shannon Baszler because I actually, my Raw notes, I was at, and this kind of pertained to it, is I think Shayna needs a repackage, and that might be just what she needs as a queen badass. And Charlotte could chase after being pissed of not winning. Charlotte's got to be in the main. She's got to be in the final.
Oh, for sure.
I would like to see Charlotte.
If she's even allowed to join.
That seems like a mid card.
If she's even on the bracket, champs may not be allowed.
You gotta beat the man.
And sling your tallywhacker.
Twirl it like a helicopter.
Not letting it go. All right.
Nope.
Here are Friday night's draft results. Round 1, we had the first overall draft pick for Friday Night SmackDown was the Universal Champion, head of the table, Roman Reigns.
To the surprise of no one.
Next up, we had WWE Champion Big E going to Raw.
Also to the surprise.
Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair moving over to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! The EST of WWE going over to Raw.
I'm on my own.
I thought that was a good move.
I did too. New feuds.
Yeah. I liked it too. Yeah.
Round 2. Drew McIntyre to SmackDown.
Sorry.
The Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro stay on Raw.
Good.
Bro.
The New Day is once again split up as Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods go to SmackDown.
That bothered me. That bothered me a lot.
Hall of Famer, the Rated R Superstar, is going back to Raw.
I don't really like that either.
I'm okay with that.
Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss stay on SmackDown.
Whatever. Happy Corbin. God, that still pisses me off.
The
Macho.
WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH stay on Raw.
It's fine.
Like they belong anywhere. That's a traveling championship.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know, right?
The first NXT call-up for SmackDown is the entire faction of Hit Row.
How?
I don't know. Like, how do you have them as a faction?
Didn't B-Fast just have like an F performance? No, it wasn't an F performance, but it just wasn't quite ready main roster, right?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I think they just have plans for the faction in general.
They
might, be getting faction heavy here soon.
Yeah, and I like all of Hit Row. I like B-Fast. I like Adonis and Top Dollar.
Yeah, it's not them. It's just
Swerve. But I didn't know if it was quite time.
Yeah.
I especially like what they're doing with Legado del Fantasma.
Right, it was good.
But anyway, that was the first call up from NXT. Then on Raw we have Keith Bearcat. Staying on Raw. Round 4 to the dismay. Round 4 to the dismay of Sonya Deville, Naomi.
Why does she hate Naomi again? I know she did an interview about that.
But... Well, I don't know. She's just like refusing to give her matches and shit.
Yeah,
she don't like the glow.
So just when I thought the Mysterios were gonna break up, they get drafted together to Raw.
Boo. Boring.
A great move.
Legend killer.
A great move for SmackDown with the draft of Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
I was really happy. And speaking of Jeff Hardy, the final televised pick for SmackDown going to Raw, Austin Theory.
Hey, that was cool. I like that call up.
And also, we had over the weekend some other draft picks. Going to Raw, Akira Tozawa, Alpha Academy, Apollo Crews, and Commander Aziz, Doudrop, Drake Maverick, John Morrison, Nia Jax, 24/7 champion Reggie, R-Truth, T-Bar, and Zelina Vega.
They broke up T-Bar and Mace.
Yeah, SmackDown, Aaliyah, Drew Gulak, Mace, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, and Tony Storm.
That's like the third string.
So that was, that's all. Yeah, that's all like the C team.
Those are the guys that are going to be on main event anyway, so it really doesn't matter where they get drafted.
Right. So, and that was SmackDown. On to you for Rampage, AJ.
Rampage, eh? Any other
Rampage,
Rampage, Kick.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm still not happy with the.
Still trying to pull Batista out of you.
I'm not a fan of that song.
Batista J.
Batista J.
What are you doing, Primo? By the way, have we talked about?
No, we haven't even talked about
Darby tonight. He's painted up like Darby today. It's his new gimmick, but we just gotta let everybody that don't get to see which one he's painted like. So just like the logo, he's Darby tonight. All right, AJ, Rampage. Rampage back in Rochester. This Friday was Bryan Danielson versus Big Nick Energy.
Very good. Big Nick Energy and Daniel Bryan.
Bryan Danielson.
So that kicks off the match. That is the match. Guess what? Nope. So it starts with, shoulder tackles, tanning spray, suicide dives, all the good stuff. What is that spray? Is it tanning spray? I always think it's tanning spray that Brandon Cutler has, and he always sprays the Young Bucks with. What is that?
I don't know. It's just like what they call it.
Yeah, what do they call it?
Yeah, I can't remember what they call it. It's
coolant.
Like it's like what they use on the soccer field. Like, I don't know.
Bug spray.
They call it something.
Orange slices. That's all I think of when I think soccer field.
Where did Primo go?
He went to poop.
Yeah, well,
I have no idea.
We'll listen to this while he's gone.
Nice man. Yeah, I'm a nice man.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize Billy Gunn was queued up there. So, hey, welcome back, Primo. We were just about to. This is real AJ pod today.
I'll go on, but I'm doing this under protest.
All right, go on. Let's hear Rampage. What happened?
Rampage. This is shoulder tackles. I'm being a petulant child because of Billy Gunn. Look what you do, Billy Gunn. You turn me into a petulant child. Hey, Primo, what do they call the tanning spray that?
Yeah.
Brandon Cutler uses on the Young Bucks.
What do they call
spray?
it? Is it
cold spray?
Cold spray.
Okay. I
can't remember what they called it exactly.
So not tanning spray.
Yeah.
Anyways, that happens, and then suicide dives happen, and then so there's a bunch of submissions that are awesome, including a surfboard that Bryan puts on Nick Jackson, and then he turns it into a dragon sleeper.
Yeah.
All kinds of other cool submissions, and then so Nick Jackson has control for a while, and then Bryan hulks up, which is always fun to me, with chops and knees and kicks and other various awesomeness, and he hits the goddamn cattle mutilation for the win. He uses the
win. Yeah.
So awesome.
How about that, huh?
I was pretty excited that he got the victory with that.
Me too. Like it's one thing to hit it in the match, but another thing to like finish the match with it. I'm like, if that's his new like finishing submission going forward, yes.
Had I not introduced you guys to Daniel Makabe, you guys would not realize the evolution of the cattle being mutilized by Daniel Bryan. I tried to sound smart. Did that come off right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyway,
mutilized isn't a word.
But ain't it cool to see, like, you know, we know
cool.
Daniel, talked to Daniel, like, you know, he's a big Bryan fan, and you know, and now he's basically using the move that Makabe's used for so long now. Yes. Really cool, man. Really cool.
Even though you're fucking with me with Billy Gunn this entire time, I will give you credit for Daniel Makabe. Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Shut up. Shut your stupid host mouth. After the match, your typical schmaz, which they're growing a little thin for me on AEW. Like, I'm starting to get a little bored with all the. Did your computer just break?
Nope. You just got the question right.
That was a prolonged correct ding.
It was. Oh wow!
I'm getting. They're relying a little too much on, you know, the ringside shenanigans and outside interference.
Yeah.
But however, the end result of this particular one is that Adam Cole taps out to Jungle Boy in the snare trap, and Omega taps out to Daniel Bryan Danielson in the lapel lock.
Yeah.
Sure. Up next, Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose. God fucking damn it. I hate you guys so goddamn much. For those not watching right now, no, never. You know what? No, I'm no selling it. So
yeah, keep going.
Up next is Jade Cargill and Thunder Rosa and Nyla Rose in a throuple.
Match.
Throuple. Jade Cargill. I'm not sold on Jade Cargill. Yeah, she looks like $1 million, but she's kind of sucky. Like, she's not the best. She's super green still.
You don't like Jade Cargill?
No, she's very. Yeah. Was that the wrong answer?
Yes, apparently it was. There you go.
That was so caustic.
That was wrong.
Like the first one is when you lose all your money.
That was me after my first lap dance.
What is that? The noise that little dirty made?
Hi, would you like a lap dance? I'm sorry, I'm all out of money. I apologize. but you're a nice lady.
Good luck in medical school.
Next Friday, I'll be back. Next Friday, I'll be back. Yeah. Okay. Good luck with your pregnancy. Oh my god! All right, stop. Primo, stop.
Oh, it's a great lunch buffet you got going on here on Tuesday afternoon.
Oh god, never mind.
Thanks, Chandelier.
How did that go awry? Holy cow!
Because of the noise.
Noises. I didn't hear.
Where's the Adam Cole music? Can you play that real quick? While I giggle.
Which one?
Adam Cole.
No.
No Adam Cole for you.
Do your job. Finish Rampage.
So Jade Cargill, she wins after hitting Thunder Rosa with several chair shots. And I like fucking damn it. I like that normally in like triple threat matches, like no one uses weapons. They all just still try. It's no DQ. Go grab a fucking chair.
Right, yeah.
Hoof someone in the face with it. It's fine. So Jade Cargill does that to Thunder Rosa, gets the win. It was fine. I don't really like Jade Cargill, but that's fine too. Up next is already the main event.
gosh. All right, main event Rampage.
Yep. Oh, okay. Main event Rampage. Orange Cassidy. Oh my god. Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans in a hair versus hair match, and Orange Cassidy didn't even know it was a hair versus hair match. He was just like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
So I mean, it was a comedy match. That's all it was, which is fine for what it was. I like comedy matches every now and then. None of them are really trying all that hard, but it got its job done. And then afterwards, Chucky Taylor had like the hair clippers, and Orange Cassidy gets the win with the fuzzy navel or whatever that punch is called. And gets the win with the fuzzy navel, and then they set up the chair, and Jack Evans, they get him down, and they shave his head.
You said you got the win with the fuzzy navel.
The fuzzy. I don't remember the orange punch. So yeah, it goes off the air after Jack Evans gets a nice, lovely haircut, and Dark Order and Best Friends are all in the ring, and they bring Brody Lee Jr. out again. For a nice feel-good haircut moment to end Rampage.
When was it that Brody's wife came out? Was that on this one?
That was on Dynamite.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, when they were all kind of arguing, she's like, "Stop it!"
And she stood on the stage like a pissed off mom.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't do that! Like Marge Simpson when she was yelling at Itchy and Scratchy.
That was pretty good, though. This was supposed to have been a big show back in Rochester. Matt Hardy talked about he was supposed to debut in Rochester. So that is AEW for the week. Let's finish up WWE with Primo covering Monday Night Raw from Nashville, Tennessee.
Smashville.
Raw in Smashville, Tennessee.
Crashville. I don't know why I'm just rhyming words with Nash. I love that you have to drink that out of the side of your mouth.
All right. To open the show, Big Time Bex, SmackDown Women's Champ, arrives to Monday Night Raw. It's announced that at Crown Jewel, Becky will defend her belt in a throuple against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. She jumps the gun and announces that she's been drafted to Raw. She says, "I don't care, I'll tell you anyway." She talks about becoming Becky Two Belts once again. Charlotte reminds Becky that before she was Becky Two Belts, she was Becky Pre-Show. Got her. I gotta say, that was a good line.
That actually was a pretty good line.
Bianca Belair interrupts the two future legends. Bianca Smellair putting her nose where it doesn't belong.
Bianca Smellair. I don't like her. I just don't.
Don't get me wrong. I like Bianca Belair. I just don't like when people get interrupted when I want to hear what they say.
Yeah. Plus, I don't like the EST of W. Like, I get it. You are a superlative.
Strongest, fastest. Yeah.
Superlatives.
So, Bianca says, this is what I wrote down. Bianca says some stuff, but Charlotte shushes her and says, "The champions are talking."
I did see that, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Got her. Charlotte was on a roll with the one-liners.
She was, yes.
Yeah. They were going back and forth. This was fun. I like this.
She reminds Charlotte that technically she doesn't belong on Raw anymore.
You don't go here.
Yeah, you don't go here
You don't go here.
Charlotte tells Bianca that she's almost done as much as her, and the only thing left for Bianca is to ask Charlotte for her autograph and thank her for paving the way. Becky Lynch instigates a match between Bianca and Charlotte. Before they can throw down, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville say that they will square off in the main event.
Mm-hmm. Why don't they just do that? Like, why do they book every single Raw like that? Just get to it. Skip the first half hour of nonsense and just be like, okay, this is going to be our main event, obviously. Because this implies that they don't have a main event booked already. Right.
Do you know how Charlotte felt when Bianca told her that she don't go here?
Well, like, go ahead. The EST. The WWE.
What is he? The Archer of Infamy?
The Archer of Infamy.
Damian Priest.
Let me say this real quick, though. Between those four, between Becky, Bianca, Charlotte, Sasha, Bianca's the only face. You know what I mean? So she's probably going to come out on top a lot of this because out of those four, which, they're all going to kind of go at it, I think.
I think somehow or another she ends up with the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Bianca.
They're going to do Becky. I think they're going to do Becky Charlotte again heading to Mania. That's just my...
That'll be a fresh matchup that we've never seen before.
Yeah, well, I just think that it's been a while, but I think they're going to put some kind of
been a while
paint on it this time.
Aaron Lewis stained.
Yes, I don't know why I just said that.
So Damian Priest, Archer of Infamy, defeats Jeff Hardy to retain the U.S. Championship.
No.
After the match, though, Austin Theory comes out and fanboys over Jeff Hardy.
I loved this.
This was funny.
And he asks for a selfie. Which Jeff's like, what the fuck? All right. He's like, all right, kid. So he's like, I'll do it for you. All right. He does a selfie. Then Austin attacks him. And the best part is, whenever he's laid on the mat, Austin Theory gets down with him, is like taking more. And it looked like Jeff is like,
I know, but he had the stupid eyes over the eyes, which I hate.
Right. It looks like he's
is that what he's going to start doing? Like laying people out and then taking selfies with them?
I think that was just an introduction to Raw.
Did you guys see the actual selfies that he took?
No. I did not. I thought it was.
They're pretty funny. Like you should look them up on Twitter.
And he was on Raw before.
Mm-hmm.
He was with Andrade
El Idolo.
So, backstage, Paul Heyman gets blindsided by an interview asking him about his influence in the Usos getting drafted to SmackDown. Because at this point, they had been drafted to SmackDown, like Paul Heyman was sent to Raw to do. Then he gets asked, is that how you managed to keep Brock Lesnar a free agent? And at this point, both Usos look at him like, we're going to kill you.
Keep it up.
So Big E comes out. He's talking about how he defeated the Almighty. He's legitimate now, in case you didn't think so before. And now, and Drew McIntyre comes out. He wants to congratulate him face to face. And basically, Big E tells him that if he wants a match at Crown Jewel, it's his. But right before that, or right after that, the Dirty Dogs come out.
Dirty Dogs, Bobby Roode.
And Ziggler's like, don't forget who made both of you.
Right.
So they end up getting a match, and Big E and Drew McIntyre go over Dirty Dogs. Which sucks, man. I like the Dirty Dogs. I wish they would just give them a big push.
Nah, I think they're pushing days or
Nope.
Was that a semi-truck?
That was a wrong buzzer.
No.
It sounds like a semi-truck.
It's a Mack truck, yeah.
Or an angry duck.
So Goldberg comes down into the ring. He says Bobby Lashley has the audacity to claim what happened to Gage was a misunderstanding. Goldberg says it was intentional and calls out Bobby Lashley so he can break his freaking neck.
Boo.
Goldberg says it was intentional and I just said that. Bobby Lashley comes out to the stage and for the last time what happened at SummerSlam was a misunderstanding.
Wait, did Goldberg say it was intentional?
Yes.
He said it was intentional. Okay, thank you.
He said it was. I said it twice.
Intentional.
Yeah.
Intentional.
He says he isn't going to risk ruining his suit to whoop Goldberg's ass again. He knows Goldberg's angry, but he's been spreading this myth that he hurt his son and demands an apology. Lashley says he'll have a match with Goldberg under one condition, if it's no holds barred.
What's that smell?
Barred. What's that smell?
So Goldberg drops to his knees and thanks Lashley. He says no holds barred gives him a license to kill. It will kill.
Like that one movie.
License to Kill?
No Holds Barred. Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Goldberg says he'll apologize to Lashley's kids when he leaves his lifeless body gasping for air in the middle of the ring. Goldberg tells Lashley, you're next. And you're dead.
Shocker.
Goldberg's music starts to play, but Bobby's like, "Hey, hold the fuck on! Stop that music! I'm not done talking." Lashley cuts him off and warns Goldberg that if Gage has the balls to try what he did last time, that it won't be an accident. Lashley asks Goldberg what he would do if he was jumped from behind, and right as he says that, Hurt Business comes in. Shelton and Cedric attempt to attack Goldberg. Goldberg lays them out with a spine buster and spear, respectively.
I don't know if I would take a move from Goldberg at this point. I saw that Undertaker match.
Yeah, it was dangerous. Lastly, Bianca wins over Charlotte after Becky interferes and attacks Bianca, causing a DQ. Then Sasha Banks attacks Becky as the show goes off the air.
Sasha Banks really a heel? She seems more cool.
She's a cool heel. She's a tweener.
A tweener.
Yeah. This Raw wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't bad. I wasn't completely bored.
So
wasn't the worst.
Monday Night Raw's draft results.
Go for it.
Raw receives Becky Lynch. The Usos go to SmackDown. Bobby Lashley goes to Raw, and Sasha Banks stays on SmackDown. Seth Rollins makes the jump back to Raw.
Yeah.
In which he says on SmackDown, he says, what does he say? Something about, I forget his exact line, but he did say shit.
He did. They can do that now.
Yep. He made it.
They can say shit now.
He made it a point to say that.
Correct. Go ahead. You didn't get to my boy yet.
Sorry, that little that chime thing threw me off. SmackDown got to keep the Intercontinental Champion King Nakamura and Boogs.
that was lacking in energy.
King Nakamura. They need to bring the old belt back, man.
Nakamura.
This gold new IC belt is awful. Yeah,
it looks chintzy.
Yeah. It looks unimportant.
I don't like it.
No.
I mean, not that the IC belt is important right now, because it's absolutely not.
Right.
But
they could start by going back to the one before, or
in response to this draft pick, Raw keeps the U.S. champion Damian Priest.
Sure.
And SmackDown gets another big brawler in Sheamus.
Yeah, I love Sheamus.
I will say in this draft, they took a lot from SmackDown.
They did. Well, because Raw's so awful.
Yeah.
They need to do something.
Yeah. Raw keeps AJ and Omos. They're staying together, I guess.
That's what you think.
Shayna Baszler is going to SmackDown. KO is returning to Raw.
Very good.
And SmackDown calls up NXT Women's Superstar Xia Li.
I like Xia Li.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Raw gets the Street Profits. So they switch the New Day of the Street Profits.
Sure. Yeah.
SmackDown gets the Useless Viking Raiders.
Eric and
Ibar.
Scrunch Nugget.
Raw gets the Prince, Finn Balor.
Fuck yes. Now he's going to feud with AJ Styles. It's going to be fucking
awesome. Did you see the tweet?
He's going to cut
AJ Styles is like
all over.
He's like, my friend, it's been a while or something like that.
Welcome back, my friend.
And then Finn's like, I don't have many friends around here.
Well, he said,
but you are one.
Yeah, I don't have many friends, but you are one.
Fuck yes.
And SmackDown gets Ricochet.
Everybody.
Right.
They cut the grass.
Cut the grass. Everybody cuts the grass.
Yo, cut the cup of tuna.
Ricochet goes to SmackDown. For some reason, instead of getting dropped back to NXT, they kept Karrion Kross on Raw.
Well, because they like sex nipples.
I mean, for some reason.
He needs to go back so they can refresh his gimmick, dude. No,
he don't need a refreshing. They just need to do something different than what they're doing now.
They killed him. Just killed him. They absolutely.
I don't want to see him on Monday Night Raw.
No, they don't. They don't want. I mean, poor
He's a great wrestler. He's an awesome heel. Just this costume, man.
No, yeah, I don't have anything against him, the person.
Yeah.
No, or even him, the wrestler. Him, the gimmick, however.
Him, the gimmick, is trash.
It's just the worst. I feel so bad for him.
SmackDown gets the newly formed tag team of Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. Raw keeps Alexa Bliss, while SmackDown keeps Cesaro. Last round, round 6. We haven't done that in a while.
I know. How sad is it that we haven't even mentioned Cesaro in weeks?
I know.
And his claim to fame, because they, every time they announce somebody, they have a little graphic up with their little Matt facts on the side.
Mm-hmm.
His Matt fact was defeated Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
I mean, that's pretty much the highlight of his career at WWE. So sure.
So last round we have Carmella going to Raw. Why she's even on this, I don't know.
Sure.
Because Corey's on Raw.
Another.
That blow your mind?
Did I miss something there?
They're
banging.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
They've been a couple for a while.
I was like, okay, good for Corey.
I think a couple years now.
Graves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, SmackDown calls up another NXT superstar in Ridge Holland.
Ridge.
Now, how's Ridge going to get called up before Pete?
I don't know. Because they can't lose Pete Dunne because he's really the only star that's going to be left.
Maybe he's like Ciampa. He wants to stay in NXT.
Straight from the Olympics to the main roster, you get Gable Stevenson to Raw. The guy who...
Interesting.
Somehow managed to... Well, I'll just save that for off the air. He's a real-life scumbag.
Yes, he is.
He should thank Minnesota laws.
Good Lord. Fuck that guy.
I don't know anything about him. Y'all tell me off.
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn gets drafted to SmackDown.
For now.
And announced on Raw Talk, we have going to Raw, Dana Brooke, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert. So Dirty Dogs, Jackson Riker, Veer, Liv Morgan, Mia Yim, Tamina.
Veer.
So they're separating Veer and Shanky. They're separating Tamina and Natalia. They're separating Knox and Shotzi.
Sure.
And Shelton Benjamin and Cedric stay on Raw, and The Miz. They put The Miz on here because Miz is on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, he's not even on right now.
So, and Jinder Mahal and Shanky go to SmackDown, as well as Natalia and Shotzi. That is your Raw recap.
That's awful.
Wow. Nashville, Tennessee, Raw recap, draft. It looks like the rules are it's not going to take place until after Crown Jewel, which is October 21st, the new draft. So the people won't be in their new places until after Crown Jewel. That's what they were saying right off the bat. You guys pick up that?
Yeah, I hate that show, by the way. Anytime they go to Saudi Arabia, I hate it.
So that is October 21st is on a Thursday. So next up, to finish up the recaps, Primo, take us through NXT here real quick before we get to the Dropkick discussion of 1994 WCW Halloween Havoc. NXT 2.0, third or fourth show under the new banner, I think.
Fourth,
okay.
Yep. So to start the show, it's announced there'll be a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match in the main event. The teams will be MSK, the grizzled young veterans.
Soon to be recognized.
That was pretty good.
NXT Tag Team Champions.
As well as Briggs and Jensen and Carmelo and Hayes and Trick Williams. That's your main event. But next up, we had Toxic Attraction arriving for a matchup between Ember Moon and Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose wins with the V-Trigger.
Yeah, what's that about? I know Omega was like on board.
He said something like,
it's good to have fans.
He said good to have fans, yeah.
Yeah.
You got fans everywhere. So, Legado del Fantasma calls out Hit Row because Hit Row got called up, and Santos Escobar challenges Swerve Scott for the North American Championship. Next up, we had Odyssey Jones versus L.A. Knight.
I miss LA Knight.
Let me talk to you. LA Knight wins due to a distraction by Andre Chase, and also Chase not letting Jones' foot clear the ropes during the pin. So backstage, we have Cameron Grimes saying he's on the search to find himself a lucky lady. Pete Dunne, because he sees there's love in the air with Index and also, what's her name? Dang, I can't remember her name. Jade.
Cargill.
Cara Jade.
Sure.
Cara Jade.
Yes.
So anyway, he sees that Trey Baxter and Cara Jade backstage. So Pete Dunne interrupts an interview and challenges him to a match, and Pete Dunne wins the match even when Cool Kyle attempts to interfere.
What?
Cool Kyle failed interfering.
He did.
So
fucking Cool Kyle, you're useless.
Come on,
the
Kyle.
NXT champion. Yeah, I didn't even put on here his whole freaking circle jerk with Von Wagner.
Von Wagner.
Von Wagner?
Von Wagner.
What are you talking about Von Wagner here?
Hey, Von boy.
NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa arrives. He announces Tuesday, October 26th, Halloween Havoc returns to NXT. Ciampa knows that the roster is full of hungry men and women. He wants to know who has the balls to come out and take his NXT title. Braun Breaker's music hits. Braun Breaker says he doesn't care if he's been in NXT for 4 minutes, 4 weeks, 4 months, or 33rd and the third. He wants to be NXT champion. He says he has the biggest set of balls in the whole locker room.
Biggest balls.
Ciampa accepts the challenge as he says Braun has 3 weeks before Halloween Havoc to go from an intern to a PhD.
I like that line.
Later on, Joe Gacy tells Ciampa that he wants to be added to the match at Havoc, but Ciampa tells him if he beats him next week, he can be added to the match.
Anybody else get Bray Wyatt vibes from Joe Gacy?
Yeah, a little bit.
I get fuckboy idiot vibes. I don't like him.
I also get that too.
That's a little judgmental.
Well, his whole gimmick is stupid.
It's early. We gotta let it play out. I don't know where he's going with it either, but
to the glue factory.
That's where they all go.
Go and send him to the glue factory. John Gacy.
Grab them glue cakes.
So later on the night, the tag teams end up brawling backstage, but before they do, MSK decides to make the match at the main event an elimination style matchup. Next up, we have the debut of Tony D'Angelo.
I like this.
Yeah, and he makes quick work of Malik Blade.
Did y'all see him pay off the referee?
Yeah, he tried to bribe the ref.
I was like, I love this already, man. I love this already.
Oh, God.
Like, I want him to, like, go rough up like a store owner or something.
Like hassle a shopkeep.
Yeah. So real quick, here's the Cara Jade came out for a match. And here's a picture somebody posted on Squared Circle Reddit. Here's Cara Jade with AJ Lee.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So Cara Jade has like this skater girl gimmick.
Yep.
Anyway, I wanted to share the comment on here in Squared Circle. It says, Jade looks really different here, but I guess it's just better lighting at AEW or something. I don't know. And somebody replied and says, she's not in AEW. The next person said, yes, she is. She won a match against Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa just last week. And somebody said, we're talking about Cara Jade over here, not Jade Cargill. He said, oh, shoot, names. My bad.
Whoops.
He would be right at home on Sit Down Marks.
So after that, Indy Hartwell, fresh off her honeymoon, defeats Mei Ying. How about that? I didn't see her going over right there.
No, me neither.
This is all I wrote down about Von Wagner. Von Wagner talks like a robot.
I am Von Wagner.
It's literally, that's how he talks. Just like that. It's like it's a mix between that and Jack Swagger or Jake Hager.
I'm trying to think who he reminds me of.
The people.
Yeah, it's hadn't hit me yet, but it will.
And then in the main event, we have MSK versus the Grizzled Young Veterans.
I love that name, by the way. Grizzled Young Veterans. It's such a nonsensical
versus Briggs
name.
and Jensen, Carmelo and Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams in a fatal 4-way elimination match. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams get eliminated first.
Yep.
GYV gets eliminated second.
Boo.
Then my boys, MSK, do it again with the victory.
They did,
retain
man.
Their NXT Tag Team Championships.
They keep coming out on top, man.
After the match, though, the celebration gets cut short due to an attack by Imperium.
Imperium.
And that is NXT recap.
All right. Well, that is the recap for the week. That'll do it for all of our recaps for the week.
Halloween Havoc is on the air! Live from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, jam-packed to the rafters as the two greatest superstars professional wrestling has ever known and ever will know. Put it all on the line tonight.
All right, we're going to try something new here. We usually have been doing our top fives, this and that, related to wrestling. So it's Halloween season. It's October. You know, I've got the orange on the screen today. So I kind of thought.
Are you talking about Billy Gunn's fake tan?
I'm talking about Billy Gunn's fake tan. But I kind of thought about, compiling a list of the top 4 Halloween Havoc that happened in WCW, and because when Halloween Havoc was hot in the 90s, this wasn't their main pay-per-view, but it ended up kind of becoming it a little bit because it was kind of a fan favorite from a lot of things. They had a lot of cool stage entrances for the wrestlers. There was always a lot of smoke. Like WCW went all in on the Halloween gimmick, right?
They really did.
Yeah, so it was always fun. It always seems like there was big matches. It was always one on the card that you definitely wanted to make sure that you saw. So I put together a list of 4 Halloween Havoc, so we're going to go over those throughout the month of October. So first up today is 1994. You see it right there on the screen. The headliner was Rage in the Cage, Halloween Havoc, Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. 9 total matches is what it was. Halloween Havoc 1994 was at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, which I don't even know if it's still there. I think they might have built a new one. Not sure.
If it is, it's probably abandoned and filled with cats.
Right? Yeah, probably parkour guys are flipping off old fans,
like urban explorers,
like Silverdome. Yeah. But about 14,000 people was there. Like I said, there was always great stage setups, entrances. A WCW always had the celebrities ringside. Muhammad Ali was shown on the screen throughout this one a lot. Tommy Hitman Hearns did a promo for the main event.
Can you call that a promo? He looked desperate. We'll get to that.
He did. He looked. Yeah, this was quite a while ago, but yeah. So 9 total matches. We all took 3 matches and went with it. So first 3 matches of the night was taken over by Primo. Now Primo, the first match, Booker T, and was it Brad Armstrong, Scotty Armstrong?
Correct.
Brad Armstrong was a dark match.
Dark match.
Yeah, so the actual first match was Mr. Johnny B. Bad. Because
let me get you started here.
Yeah, he opened up every WCW pay-per-view.
So I'm going to start off,
every single one
with the show opener. So like you said, we're from we were there in Detroit, Michigan at the Joe. I will also say, last thing I remember about the Joe personally was when John Cena drove a Mustang at WrestleMania. Yeah. So anyway, Muhammad Ali is in attendance. Bobby the Brain Heenan is hot about legendary feuds in Detroit, but vows that Hulkamania ends tonight. They have the national anthem played. Then I said, I wish I could go back and call the hotline so I could talk to Sting and Mike Tenay.
Oh my God.
909,
9900. I have that exact thing. Only I wanted to talk to Stunning Steve Austin and Jim Duggan.
Yeah, I want to talk to Sting and Tenay about the Hogan Flair matchup.
Right.
So anyway, let's get to the first matchup. The first matchup we have is for the World Television Championship between the Honky Tonk Man and Johnny B. Bad, who is the champion at the time. He recently won it from Steve Regal.
By the way, did you see his fangs? He was in the Halloween spirit, Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah.
I also like his little pyro things. They're just like, and then they're done. Like that's it.
Yeah, it's like one little spray.
Yeah, it's like one little fart, and then that's
but he got the shooter gun. So
your referee, this match is for a 10-minute time limit, and your referee was referee Nick Patrick.
Nick Patrick,
the old Nick Patrick, who double crosses everybody.
Yeah.
This is Bad's first title defense since winning the title at Fall Brawl from Steve Regal. During the match, Heenan says that he knew a dancer that had the same outfit as Johnny B. Bad, but her name was Kitty Litter. Johnny B. Bad basically runs circles around Honky Tonk Man. Honky Tonk Man looks slow as shit.
He's always looked slow as shit. Like he was never.
He didn't care really unless he was champion.
Like he did it. Like Johnny B. Bad. I just want to call him Mark Miro, but Johnny B. Bad. Yeah. Johnny B. Bad does an arm drag on Honky Tonk, and it looked like such low effort from Honky Tonk Man.
I know he was seriously like, just kind of not even flopped. It was like a ooze. He oozed over.
They end up going to a time limit draw, and Johnny B. Bad retains the World Television Championship. And I said, what the hell was Honky Tonk trying to do after the match? he took Johnny B. Bad he picked him up and took him off the turnbuckle and placed him like he looked like he was going to do a belly black suplex, but just set him down in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, you go here now. I'm the Honky Tonk Man.
I'm cocky. I'm cool. I'm bad.
I'm bad. I hate him. So
He sucks. Between matchups, coverage is shown of the build-up between Flair and Hogan. Recent history, like recent events that have taken place that got them there. They talk about the man in the black mask.
Is this where they showed Mr. T and Flair outside?
Our cameras have spotted Mr. T and Ric Flair outside together.
Yeah,
our cameras have.
It shows them like turning a corner, walking together. Like, that's great.
WCW is the worst. I love it.
So next up, we had the World Tag Team Championship match between Pretty Wonderful, which is the team of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and Pretty Paul Roma.
The worst horseman ever, Roma.
Yeah, Paul Roma.
Versus Stars and Stripes, which is Marcus Bagwell and the Patriot.
Who was the Patriot? Who was the Patriot?
Del Wilkes.
Who was Del Wilkes?
It was always the Patriot. He was.
That was like his only thing was the Patriot.
No, we just talked about him. He
just passed recently. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, he was.
Two people in that match passed recently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Jesus. That's sad.
So, moving on. Referee Randy Anderson. About halfway through. So, I originally put down that Bagwell was running circles around all these dudes. Like, he was fast.
He was the only one that could do anything in the match.
But, about halfway through the match, Patriot still hasn't tagged in, and Bagwell looks super blown up.
Yeah, tired as
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
At this point is when Pretty Wonderful goes to work. The Patriot ends up accidentally distracting the ref when Bagwell hits the bridge suplex. So the ref is distracted, so he doesn't count the pin because it's a bridge suplex with a hold to a pinfall.
Mm-hmm.
And this allows Roma to hit an elbow drop from the top rope, and so Paul Orndorff is able to roll over and get the pin for the victory. And new WCW Tag Team Champions. Pretty Wonderful.
Did you guys notice Paul Orndorff's arm? It's like the saddest thing in the world to me. Like his right arm is so like depleted because he has nerve damage.
Right.
And it looked like every time I see Paul Orndorff,
atrophied.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh man, that sucks. You're so awesome.
After the match, Sensuous Sherry and Ric Flair give a backstage promo about the upcoming match with Hogan in the main event. He says he's already planning his celebration, baby, because tonight it comes to an end. Courtesy of the limousine riding, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing son of a gun. Hogan in just a few hours, sayonara. And right after that, this is my last thing, but I just had to write this down. They pan back to the commentators, Shivani and Heenan, and Heenan almost calls Flair. He says the same thing: limousine ride and kiss stealing, Will and Dylan. But Bobby Heenan says, "Wheel and Dylan, son of a gun,
son of a gun."
And then that's on to you, AJ, for the middle of the pay per view.
Middle, I got the mid card for the pay per view. So first up, we have the natural Dustin Rhodes versus all of our boy Arn Anderson.
He's the natural. His theme song is awful.
It is the worst theme song in the history of professional wrestling.
He's the natural. He's the natural.
It's like the twangy, like It's so awful. I dare anyone to come up with a worse theme song.
Heenan and Shivani banner on this match, I think, was the best of the card.
Is this the one where where Bobby even kept turning around because someone in the crowd is yelling at him?
I think so.
Shivani kept being like, "Hey,
yeah, like yeah. Shivani's pants were pulled up way high. Too. I noticed that.
It was
that's his belly button.
I was like, Tony, what are we doing here? Is this
By the way, one of my favorite things to do during the entire pay-per-view really was anytime they cut to the crowd, I would count the mullets that I could see.
Oh, yes.
There were so many mullets.
Yeah.
It
A lot
was
of them
amazing.
standing up in the first couple rows. Yeah, I've seen those for sure.
So this match is the natural Dustin Rhodes versus Arn Anderson. And, I mean, when WCW, like, maybe we're just spoiled by WWE's, like, recaps and stuff, because current WWE recaps are, like, the best. Like, they have the best production values. They always have, like, awesome music behind the whole thing. You know, there's a nice sense of drama for the whole entire recaps. These are just, like, they're like a high school presentation, like a classroom presentation. They're like, here's what happened, and then show video clips. So they do a nice little recap. Arn Anderson, like we mentioned earlier, is just the best. He's one of the best heels of all time, and he shows it why in this match. I do love his DDT. Dustin Rhodes, he's better now, 27 years later, than he was when he was technically in his prime. Like, he looks better now, he moves better now. Like,
DDP yoga.
It's amazing how much better he is. But yeah, we already talked about. Oh, also his super shiny, like, bedazzled tassel jacket and chaps. I almost said assless chaps, but all chaps are assless.
Yes, they are. But you always say assless with it.
I know. Like, assed chaps are just called pants. Like, that's all they are. So he has the worst gear and the worst music.
Yeah.
Fucking ever.
He's the natural.
So I don't understand this ending sequence. First of all, Arn Anderson gets the sunset flip on Dustin Rhodes, and Dustin Rhodes does the whole and then falls backwards. But then Arn Anderson lets him go to, like, reach over and grab the ropes, like it's supposed to be like a heel tactic, get leverage. But that made no sense to me. I'm gonna take pressure off, you know, what's pinning Dustin Rhodes down, and reach over so he's just free to, like, do whatever. So the ref sees this, obviously, and then Dustin Rhodes flips him over and gets the pin. And then, like, 8 seconds later, they just beat the shit out of Dustin Rhodes. And, you know, my boy Colonel Robert Parker was there, and Mag was there. And they beat the shit out of him. But what made me laugh so much is they were playing Dustin Rhodes' theme music while he was getting the shit beat out of him.
Yes, they were.
Like, he's just getting wailed on. And in the background, it's like, it's the natural.
Well, that's rude.
So I, like, had to pause it because I was laughing. So this is the kind of thing that makes me laugh, is just stupid nonsense like that. Oh, my God. It made me laugh so much. So, yep, Dustin Rhodes gets the win, but it doesn't matter because he gets the shit beat out of him while his own music plays. Up next, we have a coked-out promo with Hulk Hogan, who looks tiny, by the way. Like, you think of Hulk Hogan in, like, the WWE, WWF years, like, pre-steroid trial, and compared to, like, how he was in WCW, he's, like, half the size. It's weird.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like, you know that I'm sure you guys. What?
I was gonna say I always thought he looked super small in the NWO formation.
Yes, he did. He just looks tiny. Like when he was in, WWF.
I mean, that's when he came off of acting.
Yes, that where he had to and where he came off the roids.
Right.
But like in like Super Mario World, where Mario has to get like the pee balloon to like float through the levels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he looks like in WWE, and then afterwards, like when he deflates, that's like WCW. Hulk Hogan is deflated Mario. I actually wrote that in my notes for some reason.
Deflated Mario.
Deflated Mario. So, anyways, like this is like I kind of loved Hulk Hogan throughout this whole entire show. I'm not the biggest Hulk Hogan fan, but this show he just got me. So he cuts like just a coke fueled promo talking about how he's gonna beat Flair, and
it was pretty tame for.
I know
he was kind of doing his flexing and stuff, but he wasn't like.
Let me tell you something, brother. He talks about Mr. T and about how he said that he talked to Mr. T, and Mr. T was like, I'm going to pin if Flair pins your shoulders to the mat, I'm going to count you 1, 2, 3 right down the middle. And he also brings up Andre the Giant, because this is the same place where he body slammed Andre the Giant. So he kind of puts over Andre the Giant a little bit. I like that too. So then, typical, brother, let me tell you something, brother. But the whole time I couldn't stop looking at Brother Brutus the Barber Beefcake in the background, because the whole time he was like this.
Yeah, knowing what will end up being the end of the paper.
Yeah. He looked like a 12-year-old girl taking selfies.
Yeah, it's wild time.
So the next match is Stunning Steve Austin versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Stunning Steve Austin is just Steve Austin with hair.
Yeah, that's all it is. He just shave it to become Stone Cold.
Right.
So they do another recap beforehand, and you can kind of see the start of Stone Cold Steve Austin during like the little recap.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like shining through a little bit. So I can't believe that he got fired.
The promo work, when Stone Cold took off, it was the gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we're watching him as Stunning Steve right here, right before, not too much longer, he's going to be Stone Cold. Mm-hmm. We see Stone Cold already. He's just still Stunning Steve. You know what I mean?
It's true. But you can see like the hints of little seeds being planted.
Yes.
I mean, who was to know how awesome it was going to become? But
yeah, I love seeing that. It was cool.
So I cannot wrap my head around this match. It's for the United States title, which is currently on, not currently because, this is 27 years ago. It was on Jim Duggan, and I can't wrap my head around this match. First of all, it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who the crowd loves him. Oh my God.
Everybody loves him.
He is
Hacksaw's
so
over. He's over everywhere. He's over with my wife, and she doesn't really watch wrestling.
So it's watching Stone Cold. I'm going to call him Stone Cold, but watching him sell for Jim Duggan is just weird, because he does he sells for Jim Duggan throughout a big portion of the match.
He does. And
Hacksaw is just doing Hacksaw things. He plays to the crowd. That's all he does. He plays to the crowd, and he doesn't lose clean. Those are the two things about Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which would play into the finish.
Also has a very 80s thing wrestling going on. It says U.S. champ.
Yes, it's U.S. champ.
That was the very 80s wrestler thing to do.
Oh, I loved it.
Your world TV title champ or TV champ, something on your whatever you was in the 80s, you'd put it on your tights. It's kind of like wearing a leather jacket, kind of. You know what I mean?
That was so great. I love that.
Yeah, I like that too.
So Again, Steve Austin sells for Duggan.
That's great, man. He sells great for Duggan. Yeah.
He does. It's not quite Shawn Michaels for Hulk Hogan selling, but it was veering towards fish floppy selling. But I still thought it was awesome. So when it looks like Duggan is going to hit the 3-point stance, Steve Austin gets disqualified for an over-the-top rope. Duggan, he goes and pulls down the ropes, and Duggan goes over the top rope, and Steve Austin gets disqualified.
Yeah. He's been getting
God.
Throughout the match. I don't know if you've seen that, but
An over the top rope.
Yeah.
Move got him. Like, wrestling was a different time.
Super
like
vanilla.
Jim Crockett Productions, like that was.
How
weird.
dare you?
All right.
Over the top rope. That's not wrestling.
That's a heel tactic.
You could have cheating.
So it was so bizarre. So Hacksaw retains his title with a DQ win over Stunning Steve Austin. Sweet. Up next, we have 1-900-909-9900, where you can call and talk to Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Stunning Steve Austin. And I liked how on the Peacock version they put over the number. This number is no longer in service.
Yeah.
I do want to call it though, but I'm terrified of what'll come up if I actually call it. Up next, there's a quick promo with a tuxedoed Sting who goes to ringside to sit with Muhammad Ali.
The show Sting whispering in Muhammad Ali's ear like
they're buddies.
Yeah.
So up next is Big Van Vader with Harley Race versus the Guardian Angel, Big Boss Man, which I have to be honest with you, I totally forgot that Ray Traylor was Guardian Angel and he had like his little Guardian Angel faction and stuff. I 100% forgot about this.
You're
before watching this match.
Are you doing this match? Because that's one of mine. You skipped the Sullivans.
No, the Sullivans. Oh, I did skip the Sullivans because I. We fucked it up.
It's all right. It's all right. Just do that one. So, nothing happened at Sullivan's.
No, it wasn't. It was Kevin and Dave Sullivan because I love
brothers.
I love brothers.
Yeah.
I love them both because they're both so awful.
We'll both do Guardian Angel Vader.
Well, I don't have much for that match, so you can go ahead and take it.
Oh, I was just gonna say the man that stands for law and order, the Guardian
Angels
versus Big Van Vader with Harley Race. Now I'm already thinking, man, this is gonna be stiff.
Holy hell
with these two. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot. Harley takes a bump right off the start of the match, and then the Guardian Angel drops Vader on Harley as well, and stiff punches kind of ensue. They're going back and forth, kind of normal Vader match, slaps, pops, chops, punches. Just the punches by Vader are so stiff at sometimes, man.
The whole time you're like, ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Pretty wild. But to kind of get to the end of the match, Angel suplexes Harley into the ring, and then Vader hits a splash on Guardian Angel as he's laying Harley down. So it's kind of a cool spot.
It was. There were a couple of cool spots in this match.
Yeah, he was suplexed him in the ring backwards, and just as he hit the mat, Vader jumps on top of him, and Vader gets the pin. So, yeah, kind of unique. Did you have anything else for that match?
There was another match, or another spot where Vader jumps off the top rope, and Ray Traylor catches Vader and hits a power slam on him. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to catch that just right, man.
Oh, I mean, when someone who weighs 450 pounds is coming at you, he doesn't weigh 450 pounds. But, yeah, like I thought that was a really cool match. I was like, I forgot how awesome you are, Big Boss Man.
Yeah. Guardian Angel stands for law and order. If you've heard Bischoff talk about it, the Guardian Angels back then were kind of like a street militia type group. And so they kind of played off of that, and they actually had Guardian Angels on Nitro and stuff, sometimes. So that was kind of the gimmick. So moving on, this was where they talked to Tommy Hearns.
Oh my God.
About the main event, and Tommy was already pretty punched up by then. He was pretty slow.
Oh my God.
I love Tommy, the Motor City Machine Gun, just the Motor City Cobra, he was in the greatest round of boxing history against Hagler, but yeah, he was really slow here.
Yeah.
He's from Detroit, so that's why they were talking to him. He was, real big around, those parts. So yeah, they tried to hype up the main event, but it didn't really do too much for it. So
I almost had to fast forward through this promo because I was like, oh man, he's a deer in the headlights right now.
Yeah, with Mean Gene too. So
and he says fight like 8 times.
Yeah, he does. Co-main event, Terry Funk with Bunkhouse Buck.
Bunkhouse
with
Buck.
Colonel Parker and Ming. The Nasty Boys. Now, right off the bat, we know this is going to be fun. Nasty Boys are coming to the ring. Pumpkins on their shoulders. Big, huge gaps between the front of their teeth.
Because they're nasty.
Because they're nasty. Knobs and skags.
Sags.
Knobs and sags. But real quick, crazy match. As expected, a lot of stuff going on outside the ring. Distractions, amongst many. Ming ends up hitting Funk by accident. Sags then pile drives Terry Funk on a jack-o'-lantern. On a pumpkin, yeah. And then what's funny is, after that, Sags looks at Knobs and goes, "You're the legal guy." So Knobs has to jump in the ring to do the pin.
What fucking carnies. Jesus Christ, Nasty Boys.
Do the pin, yeah. So that was crazy, man. But
I did like that he pile drived him onto a jack-o'-lantern. There was this stupid childish part of me.
Yeah. Sags sit on it.
I was kind of I knew it wasn't going to be physically possible.
Yeah.
But I was kind of hoping that he would put his head into the jack-o'-lantern, so that's how it ended up.
That's what I thought was coming when I seen that. I couldn't remember. But
then Sags had to fucking sit on it and ruin the whole entire spot.
All right, so right before the main event, they give WCW presents Ali with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so we get to the main event. Like I said, Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. This was Sunday, October 23rd, 1994 in Detroit, the Joe Louis Arena. It was called Rage in the Cage. Super small cages back then. Primo mentioned it. Just to kind of catch up to what's going on. This was about a 6-month feud. Now, to kind of put this in perspective, this was 1994. Flair had won the Rumble in WWF in 1992. Hogan had won the Rumble in the 2 previous years. He won it in 1990. He won it in 91. Flair won in 92. So here they are in WCW, main event of Halloween Havoc in 1994. So pretty wild how wrestling happens like that. So
pretty quickly too.
Yeah, pretty quickly. So both in 1994, Hogan had joined in 1994. I think in September, right before this pay-per-view had happened.
With the whole ticker tape parade and...
Yep. All right, so this was a career versus career match. Loser had to retire. We've seen this one a billion times. Mr. T was a special guest referee. This match was big because, most people think that these guys are the 2 best wrestlers ever. We're not going to say most people. There's a lot of argument out there that these are the 2 best wrestlers ever. You put it that way.
I think they're two of the most important wrestlers ever.
This is true. This match, like I said, this match has always been big. It was a classic match. They both worked over body parts. And then as it starts to break down, Sherry climbs the cage, and I believe it was Jimmy Hart that came out, and he pulls Sherry's skirt down. It shows her underwear or whatever. Yeah. So she climbs the cage. So after that, a masked man comes out, right? And they had been talking about this masked man. So he comes out and shows himself with a pole in his hand. He hits Sting and Jimmy Hart. Mr. T has been handcuffed to the ring as it all is breaking down. Sherry comes in, takes a big bump for Hogan. So all kind of things are happening right now. Hulk is hulking up. They're trying to take out Hogan, and then Hogan still ends up getting the leg drop for the 1-2-3 finish. Ric Flair is going to have to retire, but post match, Hogan, he's doing his thing, and the masked man jumps in the ring, and it turns out to be none other than Brother Brutai.
It's Brother Brutai.
It's Brother Brutai, who also walked to the ring, I believe, with Hogan. I believe, as being his best friend. So this would start a new feud. This was the night that Avalanche debuted there. He came out. I believe.
He jumped in and in the Hogan match.
Him and Kevin Sullivan. Yeah. So they attack Hogan. Sting makes the save, but we go off. Flair would go away for a while after this match, and then the very next pay-per-view coming up would be Starrcade, and Brother Brutai would wrestle Hogan for the title. So that's
the main event of their WrestleMania.
Event.
In the WrestleMania, the main event
of Starrcade, nonetheless.
Yeah, that's
Starrcade.
their mania, and they're gonna have Brother fucking Brutai. Get your shit together, WCW.
Well,
I will say those clotheslines he was hitting Sherry with were so soft.
Oh, they were. They were
just
really sticking the arm out.
Yeah.
Sticking the arm out.
Yeah.
I loved Hulk Hogan in this. I did. I'm not a Hulk fan, so I hate it.
I love like I said, this was the heyday of me watching WCW, so I love it. This was our number 4, my number 4 actually. Next week we're going to come back with my number 3 Halloween Havoc pay-per-view, which is 1997 Hulk Hogan versus Piper. AJ is going to close that one out, so he's going to explain that one to us. So looking forward to that one next week. I had fun breaking this one down, man. It was fun going back watching this old pay-per-view here.
I highly recommend going back and watching this pay-per-view. It's a lot of it is just the right kind of nonsense that WCW did so well back in like the mid.
It's a bunch of goofy shit for sure.
Yes,
it is.
And it's
a different time of wrestling.
And also you were talking about their flashback, the replays and stuff. Like their storytelling is just like phased transitioning of
and
phase out. Here's a picture.
You have to suspend your belief when you watch.
I mean, back then that was the higher technology.
It was like Saved by the Bell.
Let me finish though. You have to suspend your belief when you watch wrestling. You really have to suspend your belief watching WCW.
Oh, for sure.
Really,
it's real hokey for sure.
Yeah,
it is. All right, well, that was fun, boys. That was the Dropkick Discussion of the week, sponsored by Coastland Apparel. All right, guys, a couple notes here to talk about before we play a few games here and head out for the day. Do you guys collectively think AEW is doing a good job getting all the talent that they have on TV?
No. And yes.
All right, why?
No, because... So, actually, I'll go with yes first. Yes, because... you do care when people like Jungle Boy are on, or when the Dark Order has a featured storyline. Like it's awesome they're getting that on there, and it's not like it doesn't feel like it's just being thrown in.
Sure.
Plus all those guys can go work other promotions, like we talked about before, where if they have nothing to do, they can go do other things. So I think yes, like look at MJF, look at Darby Allin, like those two are just absolutely killing it right now, and they're in a featured feud right now, so it's going to be great. No, because CM Punk and Bryan Danielson are going to overshadow everything, especially Bryan Danielson, for a long time, I feel like. Because Bryan Danielson is he's the best wrestler in the world right now, in my opinion. He steals... When he's on, that's all you care about, is Bryan Danielson. And the fact that he's feuding with the Elite to set up a rematch with the other best wrestler in the world, Kenny Omega.
God, Omega.
Yes, so it's difficult. It kind of makes you forget, like that program is so awesome. It makes you forget about all the other awesome stuff. So gotcha. Yes and no is my. Well, so really, I'm non-committal. Is my answer.
But a good thing is they have AEW Dark.
Yes, featuring the Gun Club.
Right, and they have Gun Club. I mean, I saw even Pride and Powerful wrestled on AEW Dark. So. Yeah. It's like you're seeing a bunch of people. And also it allows people like, say Jake Hager, if he wants to go train, he can do that. He'd take a week or two off and we wouldn't think twice about it because it'd be like, oh, well, it's just all this stuff going on or,
sure.
But I don't know. I think they have a good mix. I would say... maybe not show so much of the same people on Dynamite as you do on Rampage.
Yeah, unless it's Bryan Danielson.
Yeah. It's always, and now it's like CM Punk commentates on Dynamite and wrestles on Rampage.
Yep.
Right. All right, moving on to the next one. Primo, start us off on this one. Brock Roman expectations. I mean, this is a big feud for WWE, man. Do you feel like they have to get this one right?
I think
as
that
being entertaining.
Yeah, it's going to be a knockdown drag out, and it's not going to be a quick 2-minute match because Roman can go. So he's going to push Brock to the limit, and obviously we all want Roman to go over, as he should. There's no reason. Absolutely. The way they can get it wrong is let Brock Lesnar win.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, that depends. To me, the longer the feud goes, the more the threat of Brock getting the title.
Well, the thing is,
I don't want to see it, though.
I don't want either. There to be any longer of a feud. I want it to end here. I want it to be an attraction for Crown Jewel, and then Brock goes on to Raw and does whatever the hell he wants over there. Yes. Or wherever else.
I want Roman to definitively beat Brock Lesnar once and for all.
And then once he beats Brock Lesnar, he looks up, because every time he beats somebody else comes down the stage. The next person is if you smell.
Yeah, about what, February maybe?
Yeah, right.
Yep. Is about the time we're gonna see the Rock.
I hope, dude. You don't even. Now, as much as I hate on all these old timers coming in, I would piss my pants to see the Rock. Come back
but
again.
the Rock is different.
The Rock is the Rock.
Yes, he's the Rock.
I'm gonna say this, and we'll move on. The Rumble is the start to Mania. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're
That's
going,
the road to WrestleMania.
We're going to the Rumble in St. Louis.
Woo!
The roof comes off that place if Rock's music hits after Roman defeats whoever he beats that night to start the seed of like how awesome, like WWE.
Yeah.
I think they need that. I feel like I've just talked myself into thinking that they need that.
So I think that we go from him beating Brock to a brand versus brand, so champion versus champion feud at Survivor Series.
Sure.
And then from there we have one of their new SmackDown draftees challenge Roman for the Rumble. Basically have a little small feud there for a month and a half up to the Rumble.
And then the Rock.
And then we can hope that the People's Champ.
We're booking, hopefully.
Yeah.
So wait, so does the Rock beat Roman? I don't want to see that.
No. That's when he beats him, he is officially the head of the table. He's the tribal chief of everything.
I want that really, because I think that'll put.
The thing is, if he beats The Rock,
who is there?
Yeah,
like who's like? There's no one else.
There'll be somebody else.
Brock
Breaker. Barack is too big of a star for this to not go on for quite a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could see small little hookups and then it goes away, small hookups away. I mean, who's bigger on the roster
than the Rock
worldwide? No, than Roman.
No one.
Right, no one. So who's number 2 though? It ain't Big E.
No, it should be Big E.
It ain't Finn. It ain't Seth. It's Brock. It's Brock.
I think with some booking, it'll be Finn.
Whether you like it or not, Brock's the ticket seller. He's the attraction. He's the money.
I like Brock Lesnar. Don't get me wrong, but
I'm just saying, logistic wise,
Brock Lesnar is really the only one that poses any sort of credible threat to Roman Reigns after the last year.
Yeah, but Primo, you're right though. He needs to go over Brock though.
Yes,
right,
I agree.
Let's move on. Let's talk about a couple TV shows. What you guys think of Dark Side of the Ring with Onita and the Explosion Japanese death matches?
Before we start, okay, so I did see it, and you did see it too, Dirty. I know you did. And before we start, I want to hear your Terry Funk impression.
Terry Funk. Hang on, let me get a little
sippy.
Terry Funk. And that's not even one I do. I don't know.
You were doing it. You had me laughing whenever you were sending me those snaps when you were watching it.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about his uncle getting stuck in the flames.
Oh, yeah.
And that part cracked me up because Terry Funk is just like nonchalantly like, yeah, me and Onita, we got out of there. We knew there was trouble. We looked back, and my Uncle Funk is still back there.
Uncle Funk.
Yeah.
Uncle Funker.
I love Terry Funk. This was good, man. A little bit of an insight on. I didn't know much about Onita, honestly, until maybe, I don't know, a few years ago when he kind of started showing up in America, doing some shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I kind of had to check him out. Man.
I just like how playful Terry Funk is through the whole thing.
Yeah,
even at the end, because him and Onita are friends. He's like, one thing you got to say to Onita, and he just flips off the camera.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't like Onita? He's like, no, I love him.
Yeah, that's great, man. So, what about Heels? Are you still watching Heels, Primo?
Yes, I'm up to date on Heels. I love it.
How you like it? Yes, good.
Yeah, I really like it a lot. Actually, it's good. There is a lot of. There's a lot of, let's say character references. So you can, as a wrestling fan, if you watch it, you're like, oh, I see where they kind of got that, or,
right, yeah,
that type of thing, or they're like who they might be influencing that particular character by.
Nice. Well, that's good that it's good. I watched Roads to the Top today.
Me too.
I thought I liked it.
Yeah, reality TV is my soft spot. I will watch reality TV.
You add wrestling into it.
Exactly. Yeah, I watch all of Mrs. So Roads to the Top is right up there with that.
Yeah, I fell off of Ms. I couldn't hang on to that, but I think I'm really going to like Roads to the Top. I like the backstage segment. I already knew that about Cody's sister that's Teal. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
she's going to make the show interesting. And
about how she didn't like Brandy having the Rhodes name
when she wrestled. Yeah, so
yeah. And I liked how they had the part with Miro about he's like the best company or whatever, the best game in town.
I love this backstage stuff, like with Ricky Starks and all that, man.
Yeah. It shows Cody as the EVP, his EVP role.
Watching any of this, AJ?
Nope.
No, I have stupid job.
I hate reality TV. I do. I can't. I tried watching Total Divas.
I'm a sucker for it.
See, I can't get into it. Even when it's wrestling related, I'm just like, I can't do this. Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on, man.
Price is right.
It is time for a little bit of Razor Ramon. All right, so
the bad guy.
We got a little promo school here today with Razor Ramon, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. This is a small little 1-minute promo on Shawn Michaels. This was back in 1995. He gave this one about being a IC champ. So pretty cool little dig too.
Let me see that shirt you're wearing.
At Diesel on this one. Yeah, I've got my Razor Ramon shirt on today.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, the bad guy. It's kind of cheesy. I don't know that I wear it in public. It looks pretty, but around the house.
It's dope.
But yeah, let's check this one out from Razor.
He's so smart. He knew something that 2 other people knew. Razor Ramon's #1 contender. Razor knows it. Shawn Michaels knows it. How does Razor feel about Shawn Michaels? Hey, he's pretty good. He a 3-time Intercontinental champ. But Chicos, I'm the first 3-time Intercontinental champ.
Intercontinental. He changes accents.
Do you respect the bad guy? You better, Chico. Because just think back. The ladder match, the last time we met, I'm the only man to take your precious IC gold.
Mine.
And Chico,
only mine.
Talk about SummerSlam.
This is a great finish.
When you're riding down that road with Big Daddy Cool, ask him, Chico. I'm the only one to ever beat him too.
Oh, nice one there, man. I like that.
You didn't know that they were all homies.
The bag man.
Mang.
I like how I love how he talks about himself in third person.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Me too. I too. I've always been a big fan. All right, boys. You guys ready to play some games here?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I like games.
Let's get it underway
I like
here.
winning games.
What's up, bozos? This is Trevor Outlaw, but you can address me as yours rudely. And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast with DB, Primo, and AJ.
Game we're going to play is Squared Circle Questions. If you're familiar with the pod, then you know what we're going to do. If you're not familiar with the pod, then let me quickly explain it to you. 3 categories: wrestler, pay-per-view, and potpourri, which is basically a trivia. Whoever gets 2 out of 3 questions right, your first answer that you blurt out is your answer. So, yeah, we're going to get started here. I believe AJ was the reigning defending champion here. So, AJ, why don't you get us started off with a category?
Let's go with hardest one first. Pay-per-view.
All right, let's go pay-per-view here.
Fuck.
All right, so
we never know these.
But I think you guys might be able to get this one here. All right, we're going to get this one started. Ready? All right. First couple facts is it was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Kurt Angle's hometown.
September the 23rd. Billy Gunn defeated Tommy Dreamer.
Unforgiven 2001. God fucking damn it. Why did you put that one on there?
How did
Fuck
you know
you.
that? How did you know that?
Because fucking Billy Gunn.
You know it from the Billy Gunn?
I hate him that much. That
you
I
love
know.
him so much you know all of his facts? Who was the main event?
Oh my god!
My secret love for Billy Gunn is
triple threat. Like I think it was,
you're a closeted Billy Gunn fan.
Yes, it's all coming forward now. Well, since I fucking hate.
All right. Well,
why is this a Billy Gunn themed episode?
All right. Next up, you want to pick trivia or wrestler?
Let's go wrestler.
All right. Let's go wrestler. All right. Here we go.
Billy Gunn.
Born
Billy Gunn, I swear to God.
Born on September 28th, 1963.
Steve Blackman.
He was a former bail bondsman.
Steve fucking Blackman.
Steve Blackman. What the? This man, you're a
I want to
man.
redo. I didn't even get to hear any of the questions.
I gotta come up with some harder ones. There.
We need to redo this whole game.
Okay.
I
I
was so amped for this all week, only to not hear any of the questions.
You heard a couple of clues.
Well, let's do the final question here, just for poops and giggles.
For all the biscuits.
Oh wait, I already won all the biscuits.
Double or nothing.
All right, here we go.
Are we writing this down?
No, you can just blurt it out.
Okay.
Whatever you think, whoever think. All right, what town is Perry Saturn from?
Cleveland, Ohio. Fuck yes! Clean sweep.
Oh man! Wow! What a day for AJ. Primo. Why didn't you even show up today, dude?
Yeah,
why
what
did
do
you not
mean?
even show up today?
Where are you?
You asked 3 questions.
Primo.
Where are you, champ, for 177 days?
Hey, Primo. You got ribbed.
You bitch.
I don't fucking know what Steve Blackman does.
I was like, when you said Steve Blackman, I was like, how the fuck?
All right, let's play the game for real now.
I hate you guys. I hate you both.
Good.
Because I was like, I'm so mad right now.
Oh, that's great.
It's like,
I have
why
no
the
idea
fuck?
who headlined Unforgiven.
I know when you asked that, I was like, uh-oh.
I didn't even. I just moved on. I don't know. That was great.
The shtick is up.
All right, let's play for real now.
Bunch of bitches.
All right, here we go. AJ, pick a category for real.
Let's start with potpourri.
All right, potpourri. Here we go.
These are the real questions, Primo.
All right.
I don't know what you think.
First answer is your answer, okay? Who is the only wrestler to win the only Royal Rumble he ever competed in?
Alberto Del Rio.
The only Royal Rumble, the only wrestler to win the only Royal Rumble he ever competed in.
I take it back.
Did I say Alberto Del Rio? I'm going to go with. Nope. I'm not going through the list of Rumble winners in my head right now. Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Shinsuke Nakamura. God damn it!
Is it Ric Flair?
It is not. It is actually 1989 Big John Studd.
God damn, that was going to be my guess, and then
he won right before Hogan won in 1991. That was the only Royal Rumble he ever entered in, and he won it. So, Big John Studd. All right, wrestler
guess that.
or pay-per-view, AJ?
Let's go wrestler.
All right, wrestler. Here we go. All right, for real.
Steve
Here we go. All right, listen up. You guys can also agree to listen to all the clues if you want, but I don't think that'll work. I think you'll get this one. Here we go. Born January the 10th, 1970. He was in WCW from 1991 to 2001. He was a 5-time tag team champion. He's from Marietta, Georgia. Billed at 6'1", 245 pounds. Trained by Dusty Rhodes and Steve Lawler. He made his debut in 1990 against Rip Rogers.
Rip Rogers.
He was a member of the NWO.
From Marietta, Georgia.
He liked to wear top hats. He was in the American Males with Scotty Riggs. His nickname is Buff.
Bagwell. Marcus Bagwell.
I think it goes to AJ.
Woo!
Just by saying it, starting to say it early. So, yep. Marcus Buff the Stuff Bagwell.
Buff the
All right.
Stuff.
All right, Primo, you got to get this one pay-per-view.
I suck at
AJ,
these so much.
You get that. You either hope AJ or Primo gets it wrong, or you get this one. All right, but I'm gonna make it a little easier for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna give you the pay-per-view name. I want y'all to give me the year. Let's make it a little bit easier. Not easier, but a little more of Steven having to know the pay-per-view as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The pay-per-view was Taboo Tuesday.
Taboo Tuesday.
You got to give me. You got to give me the year. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. It was in San Diego, California. Matt Hardy and Rey Mysterio beat Chris Masters and Snitsky.
2000.
Nope, too early.
AJ's eliminated.
God damn it.
Here we go. You might as well list the rest of it now. Here we go. Eugene and Jimmy Snuka beat Rob Conway and Tyson Tomko. Mankind defeated Carlito. The Big Show and Kane defeated Trevor Cade and Murdoch. Batista defeated Jonathan Coachman. Trish Stratus won a Fulfill Your Fantasy Battle Royal. Flair, the champion, defeated Triple H in a steel cage match for the Intercontinental title. And last match of the night, John Cena defeated Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship, voted on the fans to add Shawn to the match. So what year you got for me, Primo?
Can you repeat that main event?
Yeah. John Cena defeated Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship.
2006. Is it 2005?
2005.
Damn it! That was my original guess. I changed it because Kurt Angle came to Raw in 2006.
Yep. So that is Square Circle Questions. AJ remains the champion.
Le champion.
Those Square Circle Questions. We got a good rib on
Steve Blackman.
That was fun.
Who the fuck knows where Perry Saturn's from? Like, Jesus
man.
Christ.
All right, boys, it's time to close the show. I want to thank Coastland for sponsoring the show here. Use promo code BirdTV for 15% off your order. Where can you get the Sit Down Marks podcast, Primo?
You can get the Sit Down Marks podcast everywhere your heart desires, but more importantly, right here on Twitch. But also I had to find the note. Also on Spotify.
Right here on Twitch.
I send these guys with everything they
It's
need
right here.
from the pod.
We do that every week.
All right, thank you. Yes.
I had to lose it. I lost my spot. So anyway, we can get on Twitch, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Prime Music, Audible, and now on SportzWire online radio live at 6:45, right before the Thomas Bryce Show.
Number
I still
one.
can't do it.
The number one. Don't forget to give us a 5-star review, whether or not you love the pod.
Yeah. If you hate it, do it anyways.
All right,
Mark?
let's give you the update on AJ's UFC picks. AJ, you went 2-1 last weekend.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
there was 5 matches. One got canceled, and one was a draw. So 3 matches. You got 2 out of 1. You got the main event right with Santos. So that brings your tally and running overall record to 5-3.
Fuck yeah.
We'll take that through the weekend because not too big of a card this weekend. So we're going to skip that and go on to next week. But AJ, tell us what's going on next week on the pod.
Very, very special interview next week. RP Davies is returning to the podcast.
Talk to him, yeah.
Super excited to talk to him. I missed the last one, which jobs and such pissed me off. So I'm excited about that. Next week's Dropkick Discussion, continuing on with Halloween Havoc. We're doing Halloween Havoc 97. Looking forward to that one. I don't remember what's on that card at all. I know it's not the Yeti. Also
the
next
Rey
week.
Mysterio Eddie Guerrero match.
Oh yeah, the hair versus face match or whatever.
He's gonna take his whole face off.
the title versus.
That's right, his title mask match. Yeah.
Also next week. It's also the Roddy Piper, Hollywood Hogan.
Hollywood Hogan, yep.
Hell
Cage
yeah.
match, another cage match as well.
That's gonna be awesome.
Another 9 matches. I'm gonna take the opener. Primo's gonna take the mid card. AJ's gonna take the closer.
Hell yeah.
And Primo's bringing back music class.
Music class.
Me and AJ to go over. So
awesome. I liked music class. That was fun.
Too. Fun pod here today, boys. Gotta love that one, man. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in, man. If you guys got anything else for the masses here?
Buy our stuff.
Get that merch. Download those podcasts. More guests and stuff on the way. It's going to be a fun one next week.
Just real quick, you guys out there that are buying the merch, thank you. And you guys buying that merch, some of the proceeds go directly back to us at the pod and helps us get more interviews onto the pod, makes us keep the pod going and as exciting as you want it to be. So continue to support us. Thank you. And we look forward to all of you to next week, episode 32.
That's a good point. We don't take any of the money. We put it right back in the thing to help bring you better content.
Back in the thing to buy merch and stuff. You know, if you we're going to be at some wrestling shows coming up here. If you see us out there, stop. And check us out. Grab some merch, and we're just glad to be bringing an awesome pod to you guys.
We'll kiss some hands and shake some babies for sure.
I will definitely shake a few babies. Not like in like a yay kind of way, like
a happy yay kind of way.
Yeah, like a happy. Like a, hey, nice to meet you, baby. Kind of, I'll shake a baby's hand. Basically.
Nice to meet you, baby.
All right.
Hello, baby.
To us all talking up today, and we thank you so much for that. AJ, take us home, baby.
Grab them cakes!